Two,
I'll look that up then.
one. Hey everybody,
Hello.
we're back. Episode
Hello.
75.
Woo-wee.
Look at that table. Look at Andy's back
Oh,
with us.
hi.
Andy, Andy. Nikolai will be a little late. The way he works, he comes in around the 10 o'clock mark, so you guys can see him then. He comes in just in time to talk our main topic
the
tonight.
topic,
Yeah,
nothing else.
which is
What'd you
gonna
do?
be-
Nothing. There's the topic.
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. We're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Andy did not get a chance to
No,
watch
I
him yet.
watched
That's all right.
I can't say good or bad.
So when we go to probably next month when we cover the third
Oh
movie,
God,
you can get caught up by
jumping
then.
on the third.
Yeah. I don't know if the reason because with the show the way it's going now, where we're like one day a week.
Mhm.
I don't know if doing every because if we there's maybe a time where we only do like one show a month because the way the thing goes now.
Yeah, the
So I
calendar.
don't know if the next topic should be smart to do Harry Potter again. Maybe take like that.
Then
next
it becomes the Harry Potter podcast.
Yeah, but I don't want to become the Harry Potter.
Until you run out of
Now listen,
until you run out
I
of
know
movies.
I know most of the cast, most of the
like we
the
said,
podcast.
there's 7 of them.
Yeah, most of the
6 more
podcast
shows.
people will be completely okay with that, and so would most of our fans.
Yeah.
But we don't want to become the Harry Potter podcast.
Yeah.
Might as well just change the name then.
Yeah,
Pottercast.
yeah, Pottercast. If you guys are hanging
Not
out,
cool in Hogwarts.
our community page is pinned to the top, so make sure if you're not following that already, go hit that and follow that. Also, I put
Talking already.
yeah.
Ooh,
I also
awesome.
Shut
put
up,
it-
Jen.
Whoa.
That's who's Jen talking.
We haven't had Alexis in the chat in a long time.
No.
No, Jen.
She's
Jen,
grown up.
Jen's like our yeah.
Jen's
maybe
our
she,
super fan.
She gave up on us. I
Yeah.
think Alexa quit on us.
Yeah.
Oh, so sad.
But Jen's here. Jen's always
thanks,
hanging out
Jen.
and sharing.
We love you, Jen.
But
Mhm.
I also tagged Geek Fluent page. So
Whoa.
if you want to go show them some
Yeah.
love, that's tagged in the chat as well
Can
as
you
the.
just join that? Do you have to be approved? I don't.
You have to be approved.
Okay,
Yeah.
but I mean, you don't have to answer a questionnaire or nothing.
I don't think so.
No,
No.
they're a great page.
Yeah.
Give them some love, guys.
Really,
Give them
really
some
cool
love.
page. And then also we tagged our intro music, Look Alive. So show them some love as well. So that's gonna be. I'm trying to do more things by
Available on Spotify.
of the people you can listen to, and you can follow them on Facebook and go listen to their stuff and support them. So we just gave an announcement last week about show changing, and we're here again. We're gonna do it again for you.
One more time.
Hopefully this is the last
The
time.
show
So-
is fluid. It's ever
yeah,
changing.
Yeah, it is very fluid. So what we're doing now, nothing changes this month. Everything's gonna stay Thursdays and Banging Bears Fridays. Starting in December, these shows will now move to Friday, and Banging Beers will move to Sunday. So I'm not exactly sure what the first show will be on December 4th. Did I say 7th?
You may have.
Yeah, so
you may have.
December 4th, which would
We
be a
need a
Friday.
calendar.
You had said 4th earlier.
Yeah. The 4th, I'm not sure exactly sure
Book
what show
calendar.
will kick it off. It might be Not Cool in High School, and then kind of the end of the month, save the Truth Behind Illusion. We'll try to do it that way. But we're going to move into Friday nights starting in December. Very happy to announce, since this pandemic's been happening, I haven't been working since March of
Ooh.
the second week of March this entire time. And I was kind of waiting to see what's going on at my job. Unfortunately, not their fault at all, of course. I loved where I worked, and I loved the people I worked with, but I'm not going to be there anymore. And I got my older job back at American Eagle Outfitters. Probably should have said that on the podcast, but it is what it is.
Woo.
But it's a great company. I'm really excited to be working there again and doing what I was doing before. so yeah, so we had to switch some things up because obviously you guys can't do the podcast in my house without me. I mean, Tora probably can. She's here anyway.
Just show up, like, I'm here hiding.
Yeah, teach her how to run the board and stuff, and then you guys can do it while I'm not,
No.
Yeah, so really excited, making one last change. Yeah, and then the last thing we're gonna say is merch page. Get your merch for whatever podcast you're looking to get your stuff for now, because at the end of this month, every logo is gone, every single one. Even if we don't even have the new logos ready by that time, which I'm sure I'm fingers crossed. I did get 2 new logos for Truth Behind Illusion,
Hey.
3 logos for Truth Behind
Woohoo.
Illusion that I have not unveiled yet, but they are really cool.
Mhm.
It may be 2 people's faces that are now on the show that you haven't seen yet.
Well, you can't debut
Okay.
someone before they even debut.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
right?
yeah, Nikolai's officially not on the show yet.
Yeah.
So we are going to record. So another crazy thing for Truth Behind Illusion, because it's pretty much the same people on
it-
2
it
different
is
shows.
December
same.
4th. That is the first Friday.
Yes,
Mhm.
we're going to Gettysburg still this weekend. Unfortunately, the house we were going to stay at
Burn
has
down.
it's dead. No, they may have had some issues. I don't want to like
just
get
blew
too much
up.
detail because
Yeah.
I don't want to put out anything negative about their business. But there's some concerns when it comes to the pandemic with their
Mhm.
housing situation. So we are going to not spend the night at the house. We're going to go up to Gettysburg, hang out, and then come home the same night. Now I mean, we're still going to experience it, but the problem is we're not going to record that night at Gettysburg in the
yeah.
house we rented. We're going to
What can you
record
do?
on Sunday, but we're still going to air that episode on Thanksgiving on Thursday.
Ooh.
So we're still doing a Gettysburg episode, but it's just not going to be in the same location as it was planned to be. It's going to be back here at the table. I think that's all I got news-wise when it comes to podcast stuff news.
We're gonna have a guest on Knockhole High School still, right? Next month.
Oh, next month, yeah,
Yes.
we are going to have a guest. If you want to talk about the guest.
Yes, I will. His name is John Soyster. He is a writer and a retired teacher, and an expert on some old film, like old films.
I almost said, and a love machine.
Man, I love the show. Maybe he is.
He'd probably
Love
love. He'd
machine.
probably love that.
I
He's
just-
a great sense of humor.
I just thought of like Kindergarten Cop, where like we start listing all the accolades and like, Mom, Dad, says my mom's a real sex machine.
Who's your daddy?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's okay. He has 7 books out that you can purchase on Amazon. He's working on his 8th with several other of his colleagues, and he'll be here. He will talk about his books like a little bit, but he wants to more focus on old film compared to new film. So it'll be a really interesting conversation.
Cool.
I
If
love that.
Yeah.
maybe
Talkies.
yeah,
That's
maybe
what
ask
that
him
one-
Yes.
if there's an older movie he wants us to watch
Oh,
that
boy.
we can kind of compare. I mean, don't go too crazy on us because we still have to find it
Yes.
between the whole the whole team. But maybe him pick like his favorite classic movie, and we can be like, well, what about this older movie drew you to it? You know what I mean?
Why don't you be
Mhm.
one of Salvador Dali's like art films, like I Am Moon-Chen, and just
Yeah,
like
you
weird
don't go
shit.
so like.
Oh, he loves that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
Citizen
Yes, he
Kane.
loves
I Am
classic art.
Moon-Chen.
Oh, I'm sure he likes that one too.
Hopefully,
Yeah, he's
Universal
love-
Monsters because I have those.
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice.
yeah.
There's
There's-
gotta be some old one that no one's ever heard of.
yeah. Nosferatu or
Yeah.
something. That's something crazy.
Wow.
Oh, I
Um,
love that.
I mean, I'd still watch it. Yeah, I
No, it's
love
gonna be like
Nosferatu.
Citizen Kane. Or something.
Yeah. But
Gone
yeah,
with the
so
Wind.
that'll be our next on whatever day we do. Someday in
Is
December.
he gonna be over the phone or? is he coming?
Skype.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, because he is in Colorado.
Whoa.
I'm not sure we're gonna put him on the screen. Usually
Colorado.
Tornado Tag Podcast, we put Brian where
Colorado.
Bree is on the screen. But
Well-
maybe we'll just put him in the center of the table.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, we could do
That'd be
that.
awesome.
And then
He's-
we just won't have hands.
Oh.
We could diddle him under the side.
It's like a
Oh,
crystal
my.
ball. And we
Yeah.
can just
He's
Yeah.
a filmophile. What do they say in the Lonely Island song? I didn't know Michael Bolton was a film.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say. I'm not going to take a crack at it because I'm an idiot. Yeah, all right. So let's get into this week in, I guess, pop culture news.
Whoa.
Systems are releasing.
Yeah. So how
Oh,
about
yes, they are.
IGN taking the very middle of the road approach and rating both Senses of Many?
Yeah,
It's like
which
okay.
is kind of weird to me. Now I may
Would
come
you do
off
that?
as
Is that for more for business purposes? You
yes,
think?
100%. Now here's where I have my issue. Right, you're reviewing them as they are right now.
Yeah.
Now obviously, the PlayStation has we have at least 2 launch exclusives, but you're really Miles
Not-
Morales is
that don't really
it's a
count.
DLC.
And
and-
and,
and
if
Dark
I could play it on PlayStation 4 in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and Dark
Mhm.
Souls is a remaster.
Yeah.
Right. So yes, you have 2 games that are exclusive to your system right now.
But not
I get
really.
that.
Yeah.
But if Xbox is turning around saying, "Well, here's Game Pass and here's 200 games,"
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
But I
So
mean, is there any Xbox
Not
You-
right now.
No, there's no. So even
I,
your system
I
has
think
a,
I think
a true exclusive.
yeah, I think the medium comes out in a couple weeks, which
Okay.
is going to
That
be
looks great.
yeah, that's going to be insane.
I mean, it sucks they couldn't get Halo out, but I mean,
I'd rather a finished game than
yeah,
rushed.
yeah.
Yeah.
You run a rush game and never works out when they rush a game.
Yeah, so the I just don't understand how one system is clearly more powerful than the other and
Well-
it gets the same score. Maybe just me.
But I mean, if you're rating a person, okay, there's two wrestlers, one stronger than the other, but they're both really good.
I
Is
can
that
I can
stronger wrestler the better wrestler?
I can see
I would
your
say
analogy.
no.
I can see your analogy there.
Yeah, I
but,
mean that's what I'm trying to.
but since the 360 days,
Yeah,
it's always been the Xbox is good, but the PlayStation is the more powerful system,
Yeah.
and that's been touted for the entire time of PlayStation's thing until Xbox then made the more powerful system, and then all of a sudden that doesn't matter
Yeah,
anymore
I
to
mean-
people. It's like nah, we don't care.
I mean I never personally cared because like
Yeah.
I don't care about that either.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the guy who I go out and buy the nice 4K TV,
Yeah.
and I want to get every image that I can get out of my game. So that I'm into that.
Yeah.
So
I'm not.
I like a good story.
I played the
Yeah.
Sailor Moon game for Super Nintendo for 72 hours.
yeah, I'm a gameplay guy
That's
too.
16-bit graphics.
it could be
so it
I would
doesn't
play
matter
that
to
game
me.
too.
yeah, it could be terrible graphics, but a great gameplay mechanics,
Yes.
and I'll be into it.
Yeah. I don't need all that, and I don't. My TV's 10 years old.
Yeah.
Just about. So I
I
don't.
like a nice HD screen when I play my Nancy Drew CD-ROM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also
like-
sounds cute.
And then the other bit of news is PlayStation, Xbox is having some, not all, but some people are saying they're having disk drive issues.
Yes.
I heard one that wasn't accepting discs or something.
Yeah,
But then
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
The noise wasn't. It was like
No disc
it wasn't
for
that
you.
loud.
I heard one was kind of loud.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Right.
it
Well,
sounded
there's
like
a couple
machine
different
gun,
videos.
yeah. So some people are having issues with disk drives. I believe every single person who bought one who has been in our community page, which is pinned to the top there if you guys want to join it, said they have no issues with either one of their,
Good,
with any
yeah.
of their Xboxes. Then it came out that Xboxes are overheating and they're smoking.
Yeah.
And Xbox
Smoking.
literally,
On fire.
literally,
Blowing
it
up.
looked like a chimney stack, like smoke. was
Yeah. And I
pouring on
posted.
top.
I said this can't be real.
And
Like
Xbox,
the Saber printers. in the
Xbox,
office.
yes.
Yes, I was thinking that too.
The triangle.
yeah,
The triangle. Yeah.
And
With the
Xbox.
very artsy reveal.
yeah. Xbox has come out and said, "Hey guys, do us a favor. Stop blowing your vape into the
Yeah.
bottom of the system
Because
so it blows
they
off
show
the
the
top."
video and the Xbox is here, right? And the idiots didn't crop out the sides, so you can see smoke going into the
What a
intake
fucking
and then
bunch of
out the. Well, of
idiots.
course, if it's blowing smoke into it, it's going to go through
Yes,
it.
exactly.
Like
People are
crop
fucking
that out, and
idiots.
they should have thought, why would white smoke be coming? Wouldn't it be dark? So
Yeah.
stuff's burning.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Xbox was like,
People are
"Good try,
idiots.
guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Yeah,
spending
we
$500 on your
see.
system. You may break
But
it by
hey,
blowing vape
yeah.
smoke into it."
I like their official Twitter. My one friend sent that to me. They tweet out, "Please do not vape into your system." I'm
Yeah.
like, this ranks up there with the warning on the coffee saying the hot coffee is in fact hot.
Yes. And then PlayStation drops tomorrow, right?
I thought it came out today because weren't people already in
Oh, maybe-
line for it?
Maybe at midnight.
Oh, okay,
I-
yeah, because
I-
people were
yeah.
in line for it already. I read.
Because I was backstage, as I call it. They had games, but they did in the controllers, but they didn't have the system.
I
the other
think some
day, but they
X-
probably have it now.
Yeah, some.
But they were only getting pre-orders only. So like what they got is sold.
Yeah,
So don't
Mhm.
go there trying to buy one because you're not getting one.
yeah.
Same with
Yes.
Xbox.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're both gonna be very hard for a little bit. to
Yeah.
get. I think eventually once this pandemic is over and and I think the first maybe a couple months of bugging, then they're gonna
yeah.
mass production and get them out there. to
yeah.
people.
Like,
But it's
there'll
gonna
be
be
some available for Christmas. There'll be in their wave or
Yeah.
two.
Oh yeah, there's
100%.
time.
But yeah,
There's
like
time.
not
but-
until about like April. Then you can walk in, they'll be on the
yeah.
shelf.
So PlayStation is a 1 terabyte system, but after all of the system requirements, you are
820.
650.
Oh my god,
You are getting 650 gigs.
that's horrible.
Xbox, I think you're getting 840 or something
Yeah.
like that.
Hmm.
200
It's
gigs is
not
a
that
lot
big of
though.
a- I don't-
That's 2 games.
Oh, all right. I was
Well,
thinking
if-
it's not that big
if
of
you
a difference.
if you
but
get Call of Duty, then you'd be down to what 200 some gigs. 'Cause that's 180 or something
Yeah.
like that. That's
J-
insane.
just don't get that game.
Yeah.
The hard drives are not good this time. That's
Now-
why I want to hold
Neither
off.
of them.
They should be-
PlayStation-
They should
Neither of
be
them.
2 or 3 terabyte minimum.
Yeah, so PlayStation is doing the same thing as Xbox,
Mhm.
where there is a spot where you can slam in another SSD.
Yeah, they didn't say if
But
it's
it's
a
not
special
available
type.
yet.
Yeah,
Nothing's available. They have the spot in the system for it to be there.
yeah.
It's just not officially being sold yet.
And the thing with the Xbox one is what? It's $200.
It's $200.
So like a lot of people are saying, well, I'll get that one that's the only digital one, which is $200 cheaper. But if
Yeah.
you buy that thing because you're going to need it, then you're back to just buy an X.
And yeah,
You
and
know?
and
just
you're,
buy the high one.
and you're going to do it for no disk drive, but also you're going to sacrifice the power that you're not going to get on the Xbox.
yeah,
X. So you might as well just go.
yeah,
Yeah.
I get why they made the lesser one, but just buy the big one.
Yeah, even if you are you're content where you only play maybe 1 or 2 games
Yeah,
a year,
then you delete it and you don't
and
care.
you delete it and you're cool, then maybe the S is for you. You don't
Yeah.
care about the fidelity or the power or all that stuff. The S is for you. Like, enjoy the S. You're gonna have a blast with it. I think for if you're a really big gamer, hardcore gamer, I would go with the X. That's just me.
See, I was thinking of getting the
Visual
discless
jokes.
drive, but why shouldn't I now? I think you lost me there for a second.
It's a smaller hard drive, so everything is toned down for the
Yeah.
diskless one, right? But
Yeah.
you have to download everything, so you need space. So that in fact, there should be more space in that.
Mhm.
So if there's less space, and then your operating system, now you're even
Oh.
less space.
Yeah, you're gonna
And to buy the extra one is at probably $200. We'll put you to a price where you could have bought the big one.
I don't know if the S is even the smaller one even takes the chip in the back. I'm not sure. Like, it might. I'm
It
not sure.
has to, because
And
if not,
I do know there is some issues with the S and some backwards compatibility too.
really,
I don't know the full details on that though.
Yeah, just save, wait,
Yeah.
and then buy the big one.
Yeah, it's another $200 and
Yeah.
you're gonna enjoy it a lot better.
And then the PlayStation that got locked up,
Yeah, so
that bricked.
there have been multiple reports, not a lot, but multiple, where people are having a memory glitch issue.
Mm-hmm.
Some
Mm.
people get the glitch and it works and there's no issues. One person got the glitch and it bricked their system.
Yeah, it was just dead.
It's done.
when
Dead
you
in
say
water.
brick, what do you mean?
Like brick.
I never,
brick-
I never heard that term
It
before.
does the same thing a brick does, which is sits
Oh,
there.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like when you have a bricked phone,
Yeah.
like there's a
It's-
black
it just
screen.
does
You can hold the
nothing.
power button as much as you want. You can charge it.
Yeah.
It will never turn on.
It's
You
just
just can't do
dead.
anything.
Yeah,
It's
it-
literally a
Oh.
paperweight.
It's
Yeah.
dead.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's a term brick. Like it's
Yeah.
unusable.
And now they
I
are
never
going to
heard
fix
that
it,
before.
but like you're going to see this in both systems. You're gonna see
Yeah.
it. Then you might see some of the controller, like the drift on, Switch,
Yeah.
Robin.
Every brand new system is going to have a percentage of fails.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you buy a laptop, you run the risk of
Yeah.
buying a brand new laptop made by your computer or a brand new computer, and there is
or
a
Apple phone.
chance there could be a fail in there,
Yeah.
and then you send it back and,
And
you
there'll
get
be a
fixed.
patch for Xbox probably Monday, I would
Yeah.
think. 'Cause somebody's going to be like, well, I went for the settings, and if you go all the way down here, and then you back forward, and you go back twice, and then you go forward again, it locks up like, some
Yeah.
idiot's going to find that.
People are finding the glitches.
Yeah. There's
so,
people that's all they do all day.
Mhm.
They just go through and see how can I get this to fuck up,
Huh.
which is
Yeah.
Wow.
I wish I had that.
I
much
wish I had
time.
that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to pull up, see what else here's newsworthy. Did anyone else have
But
any?
I seen people waiting. Sorry, not to cut you off.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
good.
For the Xbox at GameStop, even though they only got pre-orders.
I heard
and
there
you
was
had to
a
put money
possible
down.
at a local GameStop.
Really?
2 men fought over the Xbox.
But they
Love
wanted
that.
like if,
Really? That's
if they
insane.
only got like, let's say they got 20, right? They were all pre-orders. You had to put money down. So nobody they're gonna hold them for one day.
Ooh, new notes broke. You're gonna like it.
No, but I'm just saying like those 20 Xbox are spoken for. So you can go there. You're not getting one.
Hmm.
And if you are one of the people that get one, why are you waiting in line 2 hours before the store opens when you're guaranteed one?
Yep.
You're a fucking idiot.
Yep.
Just go when they're open and buy it.
Yeah, some places are saying that hey, we may have 2 available.
Yeah.
Or if
Walmart
some-
had 0.
if someone doesn't pick up their system
the
within
next day,
48 hours,
Yeah, you have that.
it's now available for somebody else.
But it's not like you're gonna be like, call everybody. Hey, that's what we have. And it's
I
just
mean,
like
realistically,
first come first serve.
realistically, you're probably if you know somebody good enough at GameStop or they want to hook up with one of their friends,
Yeah,
they're gonna get a phone call.
if they can. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty much all I have when it comes to the new consoles. So if you got it, congratulations. I'm jealous.
I seen a couple people in my timeline that had both pictures with both. I'm like,
Yeah.
wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
They
Must
dropped
be
the-
nice.
They dropped
I
$1,000.
know,
Shit.
I know Nikolai has a new Xbox, and
Oh,
I was
got it?
I was joking with him. I said
He did,
he
yeah.
plays Fortnite and Call of Duty. He plays 2 games a year.
Why even buy it right
and,
now?
And I'm sitting here like I want to play all of Game Pass and experience
Yeah.
everything, and he's just like, I like you fucking dirt. Like, hey, listen, the power, he's gonna love it, but I'm not salty at him. I'm just salty because COVID fucked me. Yeah, so I'm excited. If you guys are playing, I did change my gamer tag on Xbox. I've had
Did
the
that charge
same-
money?
Nope, you get 1 free one.
Oh, okay.
I've had the same gamer tag.
Pussy Hunter XX420.
Nailed it. Nailed it.
420,
No.
69.
Yeah, 420 XXX69.
They're all like that.
Wow.
And the S's in pussy are dollar
Dollar
signs.
Oh,
signs.
yeah.
I thought you were gonna say Z's.
Yeah.
Pussy.
Oh, that's like 90s. The Z's.
I
That
know.
is.
That's why I thought you were going there.
Extreme.
Yeah. So I actually changed it. because I'm doing the video game streaming. Didn't do it too much. I said I was going to do a lot this week. I didn't. Sorry.
No.
I did a little bit. I played a little bit of Assassin's Creed.
Sony cockblocked you on Valhalla.
Yeah, I fucking was playing Cyberpunk, and because the radio in
you
the
played
car
it-
played,
The demo?
it was either Cyberpunk or
It's not out yet.
not Cyberpunk.
Oh, I was gonna say, my God.
Watch Dogs. It was either
Okay.
Watch Dogs or Fortnite. Somebody in Fortnite was doing the dance, like a dance of a song,
Yeah.
and Sony gave me a strike on my thing and said, "You cannot publish this video because there's a song on there that you don't own the rights to." And I was
Oh.
like, technically, if I own the game and the game has it in there, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
leave me alone. I actually put in my thing, I'm fucking game streaming. It's not
Yeah.
like I said, "Hey everybody, I'm sitting here doing nothing. Listen to this song." You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got that strike, which is stupid. But yeah, so I played a little bit of Assassin's Creed. I will talk about that a little bit later in the next section of our show. But yeah, change the gamer tag to IWEP Network.
Oh,
So if you
okay.
have Xbox, that's my new gamer tag.
There you go.
I had Black 0586 for a long time. End of an era.
Mine's from the beginning of 360.
Yeah, so that's how mine was. Mine was from the very beginning.
Well, not I waited a little bit.
Yeah.
To go on.
Little bit of news here. Wonder Woman 1984 could be delayed possibly
Ugh.
until the summer,
Ugh.
or
Oh
Put
my
it on
God.
streaming tomorrow.
or
Oh my
Put it on
God.
streaming
How
right
many
now.
times are they going to push
I'm
that
leaving.
back?
it may be on HBO Max
Good.
sooner than we think.
Put it on now.
So if they
So
work
it's like we're pushing it back, or
Yeah.
next week,
we're moving it up.
yeah,
Just move it up.
Like, just shut
This is like
up.
the 10th time they pushed it back now.
No, this is
I lost
Cyberpunk.
track.
Marvel's not
lost
doing
track.
nothing. Scott Witch and Vision got pushed back to January.
Yep.
Again.
Yeah.
Uh,
I missed
they're
that.
they're hinting that maybe they're gonna try the thing with Black Widow on Disney Plus, the Black Widow movie.
Okay, like what they did with Mulan.
Yeah,
I'm not paying $30. I'll tell you
Neither
that
am I.
right
Yeah.
now. I will wait until it's free.
Yeah, you can't do that pay-per-view shit.
they could,
I will wait
Yeah.
5 years. I'm not paying. I'm not paying. And though I love my Marvel, I will
Yeah.
wait. I waited
that-
for Mulan.
and that movie is like the kickoff of the next
I know.
phase.
I still,
That's why it's like, and then
I'll
like,
still wait.
oh, we're gonna give you Wanda and Vision. That's supposed to set up Doctor Strange too.
It is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which is
Um,
supposed to set up the X-Men.
Yes, and I
Mhm.
need it now. I need the X-Men now. I waited long enough.
I want Fantastic
my
Four, and
X-Men,
that's the
and I
rumor.
need
One
it
of one of these
now.
movies
That's
is
right.
supposed to be setting up Fantastic Four.
Yeah, something Shang-Chi
Yeah.
or something. I don't know.
That will be good too, but I've always been diehard
I
X-Men.
hope Jim
I just want a good
Jim Halpert is
him,
fantastic.
him and his
That's
wife.
right,
Yeah,
Jim.
I
Jim
hope- I mean,
Halpert.
And
They haven't announced anything for that.
Yeah,
It's gonna be one day.
They're
it's gonna be like,
waiting,
here's the movie and here's who's in it.
yeah.
and it will be Jim Halpert
Yeah.
And
and
I love
and
John
his wife.
Krasinski.
his
I
actual
did
wife in
too.
real life. Who is his
Emily
wife?
Blunt.
Emily Blunt,
might be
mhm.
playing Miss. Miss.
I'd be so happy
Emily-
with that.
Miss
Joint.
Mrs. Fantastic. yeah. John Berthensahl says season 3 of The Punisher still might happen.
Yay!
Oh,
Um,
all them rights go over. Wait, Daredevil went this month.
Yeah.
they
December?
did. Yeah,
they
They all
got
lapsed.
back. Yeah, they got
Yeah.
them all back. Good for them. Bring them all
Um,
back.
they better keep the same actors though.
Yeah, I would
love
hire. I
Charlie
would hire
Cox.
everyone. I mean, maybe you could replace Jessica Jones. She was
She was all right.
the
I
Iron
liked
Fist
her.
guy. You could recast him all day long. He
Yeah.
sucked.
I was
Uh,
okay with him too. I liked everybody.
But Luke Cage, no.
Disney hit with a $6.9 billion losses in 2020 due to park closures.
Wow.
Not
What are they suing
Are
for?
they gonna be
No,
okay?
they're just that's how much they lost.
Should
Oh,
we? Should
I
we?
thought you said they were gonna lawsuit.
Should we start a GoFundMe?
Yeah. Meanwhile, like if they released
One
they
movie.
probably made that in Mulan.
I
when
was
they
just
put it
about
for
to say
$30.
that. Yeah, they made it all
They're
back.
broken.
Stop
They're
it.
even now.
Pull
They're
out one of them
fine.
cartoons out of the vault. Remember how they put the cartoons in the vault?
Yes,
I don't want to
yes.
get I don't want to get political. But there is a thing going around where there's possibly where we may do another big shutdown. But this shutdown may be
Nope.
like there's no essential there's gonna be no essential workers.
Yeah.
Like we all just
Yeah.
sit in our house for 4 weeks,
No.
let this go away, and then go back to normal.
The only thing with that, real
No.
quick, what happens when someone comes in the country that does have it
I think they're gonna
after
do
the 4 weeks?
yeah. Well, most of the other
You know what I'm
countries,
saying? Like,
yeah.
then you're right back to where you started.
most of the other country in the world did that, where they said for 4 weeks we're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Like Italy said, don't leave your house for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Shut it down. New Zealand, same thing. And the little countries have like
Greece
0
is in the middle
cases.
of a shutdown at the moment.
Yeah, they
And,
like-
and it's going awful.
Yeah.
It's going terrible.
because people don't listen.
Yeah, but,
probably,
like,
right?
how long-
because people are like committing suicide because they
Yeah.
can't stand being in their
Yeah.
homes
Yeah.
like
Oh,
that.
But how
that's
long do you?
sad, though.
How long do you wait? Like,
I guess by what they're figuring in other countries
'cause
did 4 weeks.
Yeah. Let's say they shut down for 2 months.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
At some
if-
point, someone has to
People
come
aren't
to the
allowed
U.S.
to drive
you know.
to other people's houses.
Yeah.
Like you literally like are stuck in 4 walls.
we will be
for
podcasting
4
from Skype if
weeks.
the
that happens.
MMO players are like, this is wonderful.
Yeah. If that happens, and a lot of people like how we said $6.9 billion they lost, like what sounds like insane amount of money, but they literally make that like Marvel made that on Endgame its first night.
Week 1.
Yeah.
Star Wars made
So
them
like if 1% of
billions.
the rich people in the world actually just pay taxes, the country can afford 4 weeks.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
Like I'm just being honest. Like it's
What a concept. But
yeah.
that won't happen.
but yeah.
I know it worked for New Zealand.
Yeah, there is
Yeah.
some political stuff we're gonna have in wrestling when we get to it, because now that Democratic Party won, that guy Andrew Yang pretty
Yeah.
much wants to go after UFC and WWE for these. Pretty much, they're the two companies where their athletes don't get paid
Health
almost
insurance.
well health insurance, or like NBA is 50-50.
Okay.
The owners get 50, the players get 50, because it is a 50-50 deal. Yes, you own the team, but you need the players who are out there doing the work
Yeah.
just as much.
Yeah. No
NFL
players. You got no team.
NFL I think is 48% the
Okay.
athletes get. MLB is as close to 50 as you're going to get. I think it's like 49.6. UFC and WWE are like 13%.
Ain't that horrible?
So people who
That is
wrestle,
horrible.
professional wrestlers or fighters,
And-
get 13% of what the company. So like
Oh.
they
That's
go, they do
disgusting.
and make $6 billion on a pay per view. The fighter gets paid like 50 grand.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah.
And
And they're out there the ones kicking each other in the
you're
face.
paying for
That's
your,
Yeah.
disgusting.
and you're paying for your hotel. You're paying
Yeah.
for your rental car.
Yeah.
That is so disgusting.
And you're
It's
technically an independent contractor.
So they don't
which,
have to pay
Uh-huh.
you all that.
which
So they don't
means
have to
you
give
could
insurance or anything.
as
I
an
don't think
independent
that's right.
contractor go work
Mhm.
anywhere you want, but they're like, no, you can only work for us, but you're an independent contractor.
Yep.
So that's not right.
So
And
That's
if you
not
work-
independent at
And
That's
if you
all.
work,
shady.
No.
yeah, and if you work for the WWE and you do video game streaming, and so
Mhm.
like your page, and you're making like
Yep.
$25,000 a week.
Poor Paige. I feel for her.
Yeah.
She said, "Fuck it." She keeps doing
she's
it.
she's
Good
gonna be
for
out of
her.
there.
She hasn't stopped.
Yeah.
Her
I
and
don't think she should.
her and Selena Vega are like very,
Oh, hey now.
very in the mood where they're like, fire us.
I don't believe. Yeah.
Yeah, let them. And they were
Yeah.
giving Lana a hard time too for her Instagram posts and her streaming.
Because
She had like a Bang sponsorship.
Yeah, she was getting paid
Yeah.
by Bang. Yeah,
That's not right.
which is interesting because isn't Bang owned by Trump Jr. or something like that?
No,
I don't know who
one
owns
of the
it.
supporters was or somebody that owns Bang is a Trump supporter. Or something
Oh.
like that. Actually, Pepsi bought Bang now.
Really?
So, yes.
Yeah.
Well, they do the distribution.
Yeah, you just said a Wakanda Vision not released until next year.
WandaVision.
WandaVision.
Wakanda Vision might be a good show too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be fine. I'd watch that.
That's WWE news. Alex Trebek passed away.
Yeah.
Yeah, very sad.
Yeah.
Very sad.
Howard had him on. He was talking, and he said he was 79, and they said, "Are you afraid to die?" And he goes, "No, I'm 79. I lived a full life. I'm not
Yeah.
afraid to die."
Yeah.
So,
My favorite meme.
I mean, he had a great life.
My favorite meme is the moment Alex Trebek hits the gates, the pearly gates, and then there's Sean Connery. We meet again, Trebek.
meet again, Trebek. It's not what your mother said last night.
And speaking of that,
Yeah.
SNL had
Suck it,
its
Trebek.
SNL had its largest viewing ship in I guess in since last election, and
Wow.
Because of Dave
Really?
Chappelle.
because of Dave Chappelle.
I love him.
Good.
Wow.
Good for Dave.
Dave Chappelle also his stuff is on Netflix and HBO, and he said I'm not getting a dime of any of it.
Nah.
What?
Cool.
Yep. Because when he left, I guess it was it's owned by Comedy Central.
Oh.
So Comedy Central then gave the rights to Netflix, took money from Netflix for the special, and
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle doesn't get a
Oh,
cent of it.
Man.
That is so messed up.
Yeah.
He
Yep.
should sue.
He was back and forth. Never with the third season. And we finally got kind of a third season, but not
Yeah.
really. And
Well, he is always filming, and he's just like, I'm out of here.
yeah.
Dipped. Yes, and then the not only did Dave Chappelle host, the Foo Fighters were the music guests.
Oh.
So it was,
Oh,
a,
I
Aw.
missed
it was a
it.
good 1-2 punch, and they released a song that midnight, a brand new song called
Oh.
"Shame, Shame, Shame"
They
which
have a
is
new
really
album coming out.
very soon,
Mhm.
very very soon. Yeah. So if you're a Foo Fighters fan, I know
I
I'm going to be
am.
listening to it front to back. I love
Yep.
them.
They're great.
The Fantastic Beasts movie is dropping Johnny Depp.
Yep. I was gonna say
Disgusting.
that. Yeah.
Now, why are they
Because he
It's-
lost his court case with him, he and Amber Heard, with the domestic assault, and so he lost. So then they respectively asked him to step back, and he said okay.
Yes.
Why are they asking?
Even
I
though
don't
she still
understand.
has her L'Oreal campaign and is still
Yeah.
whatever the
Yeah.
fuck she's doing.
Yes, it's not fair because I
Whatever.
believe it was a toxic relationship both
Mhm.
ways. And if
Yeah.
you're going to do one to Johnny, then you should also do the same for her.
Yep.
Because it was unhealthy all around.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes.
But I don't think he was physical with her, or
no,
ever was physical with her. She was very physical to him,
she was. Yes.
and she
there's-
admitted it via
For
text.
what we know, yeah.
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 Oh, she admitted it. Yeah,
But
they
I don't
posted
understand why
it.
they don't want
Mhm.
him, even if he lost the case. Like, why is he out of
Because
the movie?
Because it looks bad.
because through litigation he technically lost. So he is done as Pirates of the Caribbean. He's
Yeah.
done as Fantastic
so
Beasts.
why? So he lost. So he beat her. Is that what they're trying to say? Or
That's
like-
what
no,
they're-
oh yeah, he
Yeah.
oh yeah, he
That's what they're
beat-
trying to
beat
say.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
physically
he didn't.
abused her,
physically
that
I don't
abused
think I don't think
her.
he lost the case saying that he physically abused her because then
No.
he would have to do jail time.
Yeah.
I think he lost litigation of I don't know.
'Cause I don't-
Maybe emotional. Maybe they're
Something.
trying
Something
to say.
happened where
I don't
she
understand
had-
like why they would get rid of him. That's why I don't.
yeah, well, I mean, she realistically, who do you think made more money in movies in their career?
Yeah, him. Come on
And then when you go into a marriage and you don't sign a piece of paper,
now. Yeah.
and then someone
Always sign that prenup. I don't care how
not
much you
trying
love
to,
the person.
not trying to be sexist,
sign that
but
prenup.
a lot of courts will favor the woman,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to spousal support and then divorce support. But in good news, I guess not for me anyway, she's keeping her job in Aquaman 2.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so she's keeping all her work and all her promotions and all
You
her
could
thing.
replace her with any hot chick from Hollywood.
I agree.
Name one thing that she did in Aquaman 2.
Who cared?
Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
It was the Jason
And I-
Momoa show.
She's gorgeous, and I am as straight as you can get. Jason Momoa is a fucking hunk.
Every time
He
when
is.
you look at him the
He
whole
is good.
time he's on the
He
screen.
is. He's one of my favorites. I think
I mean,
he
she's
is.
hot and everything, but you're like,
I think he's very
it's not
attractive.
Mirror the movie. It's Aquaman.
So that's kind of bullshit. That the poor guy pretty much lost everything.
I know,
Yeah,
that
I
sucks.
feel for him.
They replaced him, or did they say?
They're gonna replace him. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
that
looking
guy?
at. I can't remember
That
his
guy, you
name.
know
I
that
posted
guy.
the article and I cannot remember his
I
name.
can see his face.
Yeah,
I
that,
can
that guy from
too.
that show.
I think he was in Mad Men.
Yeah, I believe so.
He was in that movie.
And really, all it comes down to is kind of like just in general when the cancel police come and get you, like it happened to a local wrestler.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? He said some stuff when he was like 18 and then lost everything he ever worked for because he said something when he was 18. And
As
he's
long as you like
30 some now.
like if you didn't like rape somebody or something, eventually time will even people like, oh yeah, we don't care anymore.
But if one person just comes out like a company or a movie or anything and just says, yeah, this person was a piece of shit, but fuck it, like we're gonna give him another shot here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Mel Gibson said anti-Semitic stuff,
Yeah.
and he's in
Mhm.
movies again.
Yeah, Robert
Char-
Downey.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. Like
Mhm.
so, like really, like it's kind of improved, and everyone kind of knows Johnny Depp got fucked over, and we're like, oh, now he has to sit in the shelf for 6 years until
Yeah.
we can work with him again. Like that's bullshit.
That is.
It is.
Give people a chance to fucking redeem themselves.
I
That's all I'm
know.
saying.
Especially since that relationship was unhealthy in both ways.
Both
If you're gonna
ways.
do it to one person,
we had a
then
whole
the-
conversation before the show started about this. We were talking about
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Eminem and stuff, and I was like, yeah, for another day.
Yeah.
Trying to think what else we can. I'm trying to see what else we got here news wise. Did anyone have anything while I'm looking?
No,
Like
I
news
think-
wise?
No, I think you
Not
posted.
really new. Yeah,
you mentioned.
grabbed the ones that I was.
Cyberpunk got pushed back
Yeah.
again.
The Weekend will be this year's Super Bowl halftime show.
I'm excited about that.
What
I
is
love
the weekend?
The Weekend's a singer.
He's an R&B artist.
Oh.
He's very good,
Very
very,
talented.
talented. I
That's an
absolutely
awful
love him.
name.
But his
Oh, yeah.
music is not awful.
Oh,
His
I've-
music
heard
is
this
amazing.
song?
I've never heard it,
Blinding Lights.
but I disagree.
I'm gonna play it for you just so you can hear how
I'm so-
amazing he is.
Now, do you
if-
listen to all his albums?
I do.
Interesting, because like I think when it comes to some of your stances, how like sometimes women get portrayed in bad lights.
Yes,
And there's some songs in The Weekend that are kind of
I know, but I like him. He comes
Yeah.
from real life experience.
absolutely.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, he's real.
What was the one lyric where it's like, "I just fucked 2 bitches before I called you."
Yes, that is one of the songs. And
Well,
I happen to really like that
If
song.
if they all agreed,
Yeah, if
Then-
everyone was
I mean, he
consenting.
didn't really do anything wrong.
yeah.
I mean, he's telling her like,
I've,
"Hey, just so
I've
you know."
never heard of that guy.
Oh, he's so good.
Can he have an album called The Update?
No,
So that
The
would
Weekend
be
Update.
Weekend Update.
that's fucking hilarious.
You can send it. You can send it in to him.
Yeah.
He'd probably
His
probably
music,
consider
music
it.
was used in a lot of movies, but I don't think they're movies that you would have seen.
I know I very rarely watch movies.
Yeah. I do have one last thing in news, and then we'll get into what we're doing this week. And it does apply to the game I'm playing.
Mhm.
Ubisoft is going to, in a patch, get rid of something that offended somebody in the new Assassin's Creed.
So the whole game,
Oh boy.
probably.
What's beeping?
I don't know. People are sending me stuff. I forgot to mute
It's
my.
naked pictures.
I'm getting my fuck book sent to me.
Fuck.
From the Mean
We,
Girls.
we,
Fuck
we were
books.
looking at fuck books in the bathtub, me and my buddy.
It is.
The fuck
If
book.
you're a Howard Stern fan, you get that reference.
Oh, I
Um,
don't. I thought it was Mean Girls.
yeah.
Sorry.
I mean, that works too. So in Assassin's Creed, there is a character who has been burned,
Okay.
and their face is deformed, and they have really ugly scars.
Okay, like Freddy.
Yes, and in the game, they pretty much this person has now a cast out because people are their appearance is grotesque because of their scars.
Yeah, it's back in
and,
the day. Yes.
and this game takes place during the Viking era.
Yeah.
So
Which if this is what's upsetting you about the game.
yeah, and not the fact that they're not doing anything that normal Vikings did in the video game,
Like,
Pillaging.
yeah,
and raping, and
Raping.
yeah.
and just
So,
murdering people.
so a guy was playing the video game next to his girlfriend who has severe burns all over her body,
Mhm.
and when she's seen the character portrayed as someone who is grotesque, she's very self-conscious about her burns. So he wrote Ubisoft, and they said, "We're sorry, we're going to remove it in the next patch."
That's so
Now,
dumb.
You're
What-
playing a game where you literally go pillage,
What if I
rape,
was beaten?
cut people's fucking heads off.
What if I was beaten as a child by a 6'7" man with a beard and long hair?
Right,
Better take him off the cover
Right, Ubisoft.
because
Yeah.
I'm offended. That's ridiculous.
I just like. Here's the thing. I understand if people have triggers and stuff. I get that. I'm sympathetic for you, but also if you're that triggered by stuff, like there is like and when I'm not like, but there's certain things like how you said like, would I be into this? And I said, knowing your triggers and who we are, I'd say, hey, just give you a heads up. This show contains this, this, and this, and that's why it says it in the description of a game or movie
Yeah.
or anything before you buy it.
Mhm.
So if this
You don't see me writing the game company saying, "How dare you?" I just know
Exactly.
to steer clear from it.
exactly. So
It's-
if you're
it's
not
just-
into it, don't
I'm
do
not
it.
about to infringe on somebody else's rights because of what makes me go into PTSD. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not. It's whatever.
Yes.
I'm all for everybody being lovey and like wanting everybody to be okay. But at the same time, this black sticker on the table could be a trigger for me.
Absolutely.
Anything could be a trigger for anybody.
Yeah, and it's just like, and if you're doing a video game in a time period, right?
Mhm.
Obviously, there's going to be things in that time period that are not going to fly in
Yeah,
2020.
I don't think they were a PC in 620.
Yes,
You know,
just like
No.
like when like we talked about John
They
Wayne,
would kill you for even bringing that
Yeah.
up.
like John Wayne and Sean Connery saying stuff in
Mhm.
like the 40s and the 50s and the 60s and 70s. Even I'll even go as early as the 90s or early 2000s because there are certain things that we said
Sometimes
willy nilly
they
in the
deserve a slap.
2000s,
Mhm.
like in the
Oof.
2000s.
That one goes through me.
Right, that is not acceptable in 2020.
Yeah.
There's
Correct.
things that we are saying right now in this podcast that we've probably made jokes about or said that in another 20 years is going to be the worst thing you can ever
Yeah,
say.
yeah, hey,
Yeah.
10
you
years
never
I'll
know.
be canceled for saying that bit about just don't watch it.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
So
How
it-
dare you?
I know.
it's just like you have to kind of take things for what they were at that time and understand if you're going into a video game where there may be racial tension or villaging.
Yeah, like if you
or,
play a
or-
Civil War game, what do you
Yes.
think?
Yeah, like when you're playing Mafia 2, 3, and your character just comes back from Vietnam War and he lives down south, you're gonna hear some racial stuff, and they
Yeah.
played into it in the video game. You know what I mean? So like, kind of before you buy stuff, look into it. Like, I don't think a company should have to patch something out because somebody was offended
Yeah,
because they had.
that's
No.
ridiculous.
It's just silly to me.
Because then that honestly opens the door then for like if they do that,
It's Pandora's box.
Yeah.
it is.
Mhm.
It's Pandora's box. It's opening the door for literally anybody and anything to be like, this infringes on my rights
Yeah.
and I'm triggered, and so I think you should do this and do this and
There
do that.
was a guy.
And then you're just somebody's whipping boy.
yeah,
Yep.
there's a guy with one arm in the game, and I have one arm, and he wasn't treated well, so you gotta take him out.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
then what do you have? You can't make a game that has one of every single person that has every single look and gender and every. You can't.
And then you make a stereotypical game, and then somebody says, "I'm not represented here.
Yeah.
I'm upset."
It's
Yes.
like, okay, then we're all gray amorphous blobs.
Can we just can we just get to the point where like if you're not into something, stay away from it, and
Yes.
and if you're and just maybe don't ruin it for other people that are into it.
Yes.
And if it's not legit hurting people, like now obviously if you're playing a game and there's a lot of like tones or things that can be deemed offensive, also be smart enough as a human to be like, this isn't real and this is I shouldn't reflect
Yeah.
this or
I
do
shouldn't
this.
be upset over pixels.
Like PETA getting upset over Pokemon.
And
don't-
Animal Crossing. And Animal Crossing.
Pokemon
an
don't
innocent
even
game.
exist.
I had to turn Bree's mic down there.
Yeah.
She got hot.
Yes, I
Animal
did.
Crossing.
Leave Animal Crossing and Pokemon Go.
Yeah,
It's like
that
the
was,
leave Brittany alone thing.
Yes,
Oh, there's another thing.
That is. Yes,
that's
a-
another thing too. Yeah,
huge.
Brittany lost another one of her court things where like her dad has all of her rights
Yeah,
and
that's
pretty much
crazy.
owns her life, and
I'm
she was
fuming.
she's been battling this for
she's still wearing dresses on
decade.
Instagram and
oh god on TikTok
Poor
the yellow
thing.
shirt.
Oh,
Have you heard about that?
yeah, I
she
looked
only
into
has
it.
the same like 5 shirts that she wears in her picture. She has like the same 5
Well,
or
someone
6
said
shirts.
in a post, Brittany, if you're in danger, wear a yellow shirt.
No,
And-
they said, Brittany, if you need help, if you're being held hostage, in your next TikTok post, wear a yellow shirt, hold flowers, and do a spin. And then in her next one, she was wearing a yellow shirt, held flowers, and did a
Oh
spin.
boy.
Oh no.
But then, like every post after that, she's like today my new flowers are wearing a yellow shirt, and she's like,
Yeah.
so you don't
She's
know
going
how
a
to
little-
take it.
I
Yeah.
mean, she's
God, love
a
her.
little off.
Yeah. Well, I think
She is because of her
Yeah.
circumstance.
You
I'm
know?
pretty
Yeah.
sure.
yeah, it's,
I
it's
mean,
a
the poor girl.
it's an
I
interesting
feel
thing.
for her.
Where's
It's
Kevin?
so
What's
sad.
Kevin Federline doing?
Counting his check, being quiet.
He was on
Nothing.
Raw once.
I
Yeah.
hate him.
Yeah.
Don't get me started on him.
Him and John Cena were supposed to have a match at a pay-per-view one time,
Jesus
Uh-huh.
but
Christ.
it fell.
Well, Shaq's gonna be wrestling Cody Rhodes
Yeah.
soon.
Oh
I
boy.
was gonna say, I
So
hope John Cena gave him the
Shaq gonna-
FU.
gonna wrestle some
Yeah.
dream.
I really
Shaq
do.
gonna beat him up good.
I feel bad for
We'll
Brittany
get
though.
here. All right. So, who wants to start off what they're watching or playing?
Let me get a soda real quick.
Go ahead.
I brought comics to talk about, but
Yeah.
Go
Go ahead. Are you playing anything new or watching anything new since last week?
Let's see, Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley still, because I did find out that they pushed back the new Harvest Moon until March
You can
2nd.
sit there.
Train went by.
I still
Um,
haven't tried that yet. Yeah, did you bring two of them?
I brought one for everybody. We can.
All right, I'll grab the
sip
glass
from
while you're
this.
talking.
This one's
Oh, okay.
cold.
Yeah, so I did mention that Harvest Moon was supposed to come out. I think it was the last time we were on, whatever day that was, I forget now, and it did not come out. They pushed it back to March 5th. I'm super bummed.
Those bastards.
Mhm.
Yes, I know. I was really excited.
Ooh, I just got deja vu.
So,
Thought you were banging beers.
so yeah, so I'm playing Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is hilarious. I'll be done that soon probably. Unsolved Mysteries,
Ooh, I have to start watching it.
Hallmark Christmas movies, which Tony
I
and
can open
Andy
it.
love.
No,
they
me,
watch
me,
it every day
me.
because that's their favorite thing ever.
Dude, I woke up from a nap on the couch and Heidi paused the movie to do something, and all I seen was like Christmas love, and I was like, it's fucking November. Can
Yeah.
we?
Hold off.
Yeah.
Hold
the
off.
fuck
Isn't
up.
that,
No.
I got it.
I'm stronger than Andy.
Yeah, I was like,
Let's just make the record clear. I'm stronger than Andy.
No, we will not hold
Smell
off on
it.
Christmas movies, just so you know. So I've been watching those. Trying to think if there's anything. Oh, The Mandalorian, obviously. Which did anybody see how everybody is so upset over Baby Yoda eating eggs?
yeah. Apparently,
No,
people are
why?
upset that he eats eggs. I don't
Yes.
know why.
They are unfertilized eggs, and there's no babies in the eggs yet. But people
Oh
are.
my god!
Who
People
cares?
are really upset over it. Thank you.
Well, remember when they got upset
Well,
when Luke drank the blue milk?
Yes, even more
I'm just
insane.
just giving it
Leave
a
my
little
Star
bit.
Wars along with Brittany
So
alone.
what they want everyone in Star Wars to be vegan?
Yes. Yoda's not allowed to eat baby eggs, although he is an alien species who eats frogs.
I'm
'Cause
at the point
mom
where I
is-
want everybody to shut the fuck up. I'm so
I also
mad.
would like everybody to shut the fuck up. Let Baby Yoda eat his eggs, unfertilized with
Yeah.
no baby frogs in them.
Oh, I don't like it.
I
You
will.
don't like, you don't like the bubble gum?
I will
don't
give
like
some
it.
background on that because it is a big news piece right now. So it is a frog mom. It is the last of her line, and she's taking her eggs to her husband for them to be fertilized. But they are not fertilized yet, so there's nothing in it.
Even if they were, Baby Yoda. Who cares?
We're talking about the same movie where he cut open a fucking space camel and slept inside of it,
Well, yeah, that happens later.
and a
You mean
giant
Han Solo?
yeah, and a giant slug took a woman and made her a sex slave.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
Nobody was
and-
mad
and
about
A-
those things.
And
it was
Anakin
okay.
killed all the younglings.
yeah, a guy,
Yes, and everybody was okay with that. Sorry.
a father
continue.
cut off his fucking son's hand.
Yes.
Yeah,
and,
but they-
and
they were-
Anakin
they
also
were
lost his
dueling.
hand.
There's no Asian people in the Star Wars.
There is.
That's not true.
There
now
is.
there is.
Oh, now there is.
Now
Yeah.
there's one black guy.
Yeah.
There's-
black
now
guy.
there's
But
two.
he was also in charge, so it's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. The
There was
leader.
only Lando.
Yeah.
But then
Now
now
we
there's
have Finn.
yeah.
And
And
Sasha
there's
Banks.
one other guy. Yeah,
And
Sasha.
Sasha Banks.
Did
She's
she?
not in yet.
Oh,
She
she
will
didn't show
be
up yet?
soon.
But we're worried about fucking an animatronic being eating
Yeah.
fucking
Who
eggs.
gives a shit? If-
Honestly, I think half of these things just get started just to piss people off.
yeah.
Like I wouldn't be
Here's my
surprised
theory.
anymore if that
I
just
I
gets
just think that with the internet right now, we're so caught up that if someone is outraged by something, that people are just like, yeah, me too. Like we're just
I
so,
want to belong.
Yeah, we're just people are just fucking, and it's every side of the spectrum. People
Yeah,
are just
every
fucking
goofy thing you can think of.
sheep, bro, like sheep, and it's like, and realistically, we could probably make a fake post, right, and say we are outraged by this, and I think we can get enough people to buy into it, even though we're not even that angry about it.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's do it. Let's think right now of what we wanna
See,
cancel.
I don't want to cancel a person. Like I don't want to actually lose someone's.
Let's cancel a thing.
But let's like make something so like stupid, like a character eating fucking eggs.
Yeah.
Like if you think about that, like that's a hilarious prank. Like,
Yes.
all right, listen, we're gonna fucking like say we're offended by a fucking fictional character eating fictional eggs of a fictional species,
Yeah.
and we're gonna get everybody on board with this, and we're gonna fucking see how far it goes.
Yeah, I'm down with it. And on top of that, also, Baby Yoda is a baby. And as you know,
Babies eat.
babies,
Yeah.
they put things in their
baby.
mouth all the time.
on tits.
Yeah. maybe he will be.
We can make. We
You're
can make
discriminating against breastfeeding,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, fucking the Mandalorian has a fake tit on.
Yeah. You get the tit beast. It's just a monster with a bunch of boobs.
Baby Yoda walks
Yeah.
up.
They'll be mad about that. How dare they show that on TV? It's not conservative enough.
Yeah.
We tried the eggs. Sorry.
Next episode, Yoda just walk around sucking on every nipple he
Yeah.
can find.
Are you happy?
Smoking a
Are you
joint.
happy?
He's gone downhill already.
Eating mushrooms and
Mandalorian's a horrible Dadalorian.
Yeah, he's
With,
tripping.
with the Trump hat on. What?
Make the galaxy great again.
I want to be
Just offend everybody.
Galaxy
Might as
Great
well,
Again, you
why
must,
not?
or something it would say.
The best
'Cause
Yes.
it has to be
It's
like,
the-
Yes, it has
the
to be
best
backwards.
galaxy that I've ever been in.
Yeah,
I'd like to be in that galaxy. Please take me there. I've had enough of this
Didn't-
galaxy.
didn't,
Done.
didn't for Veterans Day,
I'm begging the aliens to take me.
Please take
I'm
me,
ready.
Baby Yoda.
Please, I hate it here.
And Mando.
on WWE, the WWE did their Veterans Day
Uh-huh.
tribute, and they recognized and honored the Space Force, which I don't even think has a veteran.
Fuck
That's
up.
awesome.
Shut the fuck
Was
up.
Steve Carell on?
Steve Carell just walks up, but as Michael Scott, and
I
he's
don't
just
even
like,
think
"Good morning,
Yeah.
Vietnam."
Who's the first veteran of the Space Force?
Well, if they existed
Steve
for
Carell.
if they existed for
My
a day,
God.
and you're a veteran for a day,
I
that's
love
fine.
it.
There
I'm
is
over
something.
that shit.
I love it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm
So-
gonna mute that.
my other point was, as a baby alien, you have to tell toddlers over and over, no, till they lose their, till they learn their boundaries. So obviously that's normal for a
A
toddler.
baby.
Yes,
Yeah.
a little baby.
It's okay though when the Mandalorian kills someone though.
Oh yeah.
Eat a
Glistonies.
fucking egg! Just sitting in their house.
Yeah, then don't watch.
I'm turning it off right now.
Just go out
boycotting
and
it.
Is
farm
anyone,
it.
It
if
becomes a
anyone's in the
pro-life,
chat,
pro-choice
is anyone in
thing.
the chat that's upset about Yoda eating eggs? Let us know.
Yeah.
Let
Tell
us know so I can blast you.
Yeah, tell us why.
We're gonna punch you in the neck.
I will block you. Block you and spam you
We're a
with Baby
very
Yoda's
forgiving and
adorable
open
face.
group, but that I gotta draw the line somewhere.
Yeah.
And I will
All-
send you all the Baby Yoda funk of him eating the eggs that's coming out very soon.
I seen a gift of it already.
Yeah. And if you're in the chat, you're hanging out, tell us what you've been watching or playing or into at the moment, and we'll compare and contrast if we've tried it out or not, or maybe it's something we should check out. Anybody else got anything they were interested in? Anything new they're doing?
This isn't really new or anything, but I finally watched Midsommar with my parents, which
that
was
go?
an experience. My mom was just like, "Oh, oh,
That scene.
oh,"
The
and
cliff
my
top
my
scene.
dad was just kind of like laughing the entire time.
So when you watch this movie, I don't want to spoil
This
it.
is a
in
horror
case
I
you-
movie?
haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
I would say a thriller.
Okay.
It's a
Mm.
horror thriller.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like it's not your traditional like there's a.
It's like a cult.
Okay.
It's like a cult thing.
There's a scene where I'm just gonna say there's a cliff and
Mhm.
people go on the cliff, and you can use your imagination
Okay.
from there.
That's not
and
even
they
the worst
have
one.
sex.
But that's what sets the tone of the movie. You're like,
The worst part is the really weird orgy scene.
Oh boy.
I
mean-
did hear about
I mean,
that. That was a big deal.
It was
apparently.
weird.
but for me that didn't even bother me.
No, I know, but it's like watching it with your parents. Like for me,
Oh,
it
Oh,
was-
yeah.
that's a little.
like my
yeah.
mom was just kind of like, "Oh,
Yeah, and you're
oh,
like,
this
yeah,
is this is
this is
odd.
uncomfortable
This
right
is
now.
weird," and I was just kind of like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, I watch
It's
at
my
least-
favorite movie.
I watch at least twice a week. I
I
mean,
love Midsommar.
by myself, but
I love that. It's such a good.
But-
Ari Aster is incredible.
But the cliff scene is like you're watching it.
Yeah, it's
I'm not
pretty- it's
saying
pretty
I'm
gnarly.
not saying it drags out, but it's kind of like
So Black Widow falls off it
It's
to get
building,
the-
building. Yes.
The Infinity Stone.
Oh, that's just the
Mm.
beginning of it, though. Then it gets even
Mm.
yeah. But like it's building, and then that happens. You're like, here we go.
Yeah, and then literally like it just like bum 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 bum
Yeah.
to the end of the movie.
If you haven't watched Midsommar yet, please do. It's a really interesting movie. I mean, I hope you like it. I liked it.
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah.
Sounds like not my cup of tea.
I heard it was good.
I think
That's
it's
added to the
incredible.
list.
I think Ari Aster is really good when it comes to the original content, like he did Hereditary as well, which
Oh.
is also incredible and original. Even though like you're battling some like really stereotypical things like a cult activity, like a cult, or like a pagan cult, or like ghost possessions and whatnot. But like he takes it and like it just changes. Like it's so dynamic and just so well done, and I think it's incredible.
I like when people watch those movies and they're like, "How does people just accept this?" I'm like, "Please, you literally fucking buy into everything on TV when it comes to politics. You're gonna tell me you wouldn't be? You'd be the first one drinking the fucking Kool-Aid." dude."
Yeah,
Yeah. I
Just
see
people in
that.
general, just
And
like
Oh,
and
yeah,
then it
sheep.
opens up that like because I had that like that conversation with my mom beforehand where I was just kind of like throughout the movie you have to remind yourself this is a cult and it's not a good thing, but you want Danny the main character to be accepted and to be loved and everything so bad, and like they just open her like love with
oh,
open arms.
they seen her a mile away. They're like,
Yeah.
she's damaged goods, and we can manipulate the fact that she's went through some things mentally, and we can make her feel accepted, and she'll fit right in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they.
But like they do it like the acting and how everything is set up is so like wonderful
It should
that
be a movie we just
halfway
talk
through you're
about.
just kind of like, wait a minute, I have to remember that this is a bad situation because it almost like seduces you because it's so beautiful.
Like the
and
Joker.
everything. It's
You kind of condone the fact that Joker's trying to destroy a city
Hmm.
because you feel they make you feel sorry for him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Anyone else play or watch anything interesting? I have a few things.
So do I.
Well, you would do your comics.
Okay, well, I was gonna say I bought. There was a huge Capcom sale for Halloween. It was
Okay.
all the Resident Evils. I bought Resident Evil 5 for $6.99.
Wow.
Yeah, I beat it before back in the day, but it's a lot of fun.
I have.
It's more of the actiony one, but
Yeah,
it's still
I
fun.
game share with a buddy of mine,
Mhm.
Kevin, and we game share. So I have a lot of games that because when he buys one, I buy one. So together we have the entire Resident Evil franchise on Xbox, like zero.
Yep, all
the
of
way
them are
through.
on there.
Yeah.
6 sucks.
Yeah.
Then there's Code Veronica's on there, and then the Revelation ones they suck. But 5's it's a lot of fun when you have 2 people and you're local.
Yeah.
Because then you can talk to each other. Hey, give me that because you can share weapons and give
Yeah.
ammo and stuff.
Resident Evil 5 for me is the game that helped me bond with my brother-in-law. So like there's an age gap between myself and my brother-in-law because me and Heidi are in the same boat where we're 10 to 11 years apart between our younger siblings.
Okay.
So when I was living there for a while or I was always there, me and him really didn't have anything to connect with. I love you to death, Stevie, but you were a weird kid as a
But
kid.
you're a son of a bitch.
Yeah, you were a weird fucking kid. But like I couldn't connect with him. Like
Okay.
he was
Yeah, sometimes you know.
and this is not a knock, but he was afraid of a lot of things. He was very closed-minded. He wouldn't try new things. If something was deemed scary or horror, he was fucking out of it. But he loved Jurassic Park, which was like at the time
This
was
is the
kind
scariest
was
thing you can
kind
watch
of
as a
was kind of
child.
like a horror movie. You know what I mean? So I was like, man, let's like come up play. And I'm like, what are you? He's like, what are you playing? I'm like, I'm Resident Evil 5. He goes, oh no way, I'm out of here. I'm like, listen, they're zombies, right? I said,
Yeah.
but we could play together.
Yeah.
So like I'm on the screen, I won't let anything come near you.
You can
And
fight
he's
back.
like, oh, and he goes, okay. So we literally our first thing we've ever did, like, because I was just dating Heidi,
Mhm.
like that was like the game that me and him had our breakthrough and like bonded,
Aw.
Oh.
and we hung out. And he would come up. Heidi used to get so pissed because like he wasn't allowed in like his little brother thing, like
Yeah.
don't be hanging out with my boyfriend, right? So and here's the thing too, I have to be careful what I say because Heidi's now listening to every show, and then she comes home and she's like, you called me a succubus, right? Like I was like, shut
I
up.
watched the whole thing.
You're so mean to me on that show. I'm like, shut the fuck
Who
up.
is Erica?
Yeah.
Like,
So she would come home from work and she'd be like, okay, Stevie, it's time for me to hang out with my boyfriend, or like she'd come home from wherever she was, and I'd be like, yo, we're almost on the level. Fucking
Yeah,
go
we
sit
gotta
down.
beat
And
this
she'd
part.
be like, oh my god, why is my brother in my fucking like? Because it wasn't so much that she was hanging out with me. It was just like fucking like I hate the fact that he's in my room because he's like, this is my space.
yeah.
Yeah, and it was
This is my
hilarious.
time now,
And
you
then he'd be
son of a
like,
bitch.
I like when you're here because I'm allowed in here.
But it is a fun
Aw.
game for 2 people to bond over. Me and my one friend played it and we got unlocked almost everything. in it.
Yep,
But
same
I'm
here.
playing it by myself and it's not as much fun, but it's still fun.
Yeah, I
So.
agree. Really good game.
Yeah, but the games were not. But for Halloween, all the Resident Evils were dirt cheap.
Yep.
$6.99, that ain't bad
Not at all.
for digital. I
Not
mean, I
at
have
all.
the 360, but I'm not gonna break that out because that's too much of a pain in the ass. I'm gonna talk about comic books now.
Oh, real quick, I wanted to say something about the new Xbox. So I did say on the show that you can put any old game into your system and
Okay.
it works. That's not the case.
Oh,
The reason for that, it's not so much on Xbox, it's on the former game developers. So if there's a game that they don't have the rights to anymore, or you're not allowed to go and make it a backwards compatible game, you're not able to.
know about that though.
when it this is just what I was told or explained to. So like if you make a new system, right, or
Yes.
a new generation,
Mhm.
the games that are on that previous one are okay to be on the previous one, but there's some type of licensing when it hits a certain limit. So say like Def Jam Vendetta, for them to make that backwards compatible, or like to make like a movie game backwards compatible, or to do anything like certain things to make
Mhm.
them backwards compatible to be played on the new system, they have to go and kind of like re-up those licenses, so then they can get to a point where it could be resold again. So what they don't want to do is
Maybe to do online or
well,
anything.
here's the thing: if they make it backwards compatible,
Yes.
I think we're at a stage now where that people would want achievements, right? So you would
Yeah.
have to add something
Well,
like
yeah,
that.
that you do.
Yeah.
But like,
And if
I
someone,
understand you don't add achievements to game from regular Xbox.
yeah.
I mean,
Now,
like,
if you take your game from regular Xbox and you put it in your system, and I'm like, oh fuck, I wish I could play that game. And you're like, oh, you have to go physically buy it. So they want to make it so if it's backwards compatibility, you also can buy it on their marketplace.
okay.
So they're trying to do so if like a game they can't physically. Now the thing that's good about Xbox that every game that they did on their backwards compatibility, they went and physically contacted those developers and said, "What do you need to do to make this game backwards compatible again?" And they said, "We need this, this, and this.
Yeah.
How much is it going to cost to get those licenses or get those people to agree? This much.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll help you pay for the cost of that, but we get a commission back when it sells on our marketplace, and then you guys get kind of get a gauge of if you should make another one of these games."
Yeah.
So
the problem is some places are the
are no
developers.
longer
Yeah, they're out of business.
no longer in existence.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, that works for that, but like, if they would make it where there's no online, there's no achievements or whatever, if you put the game and it works, they can do that.
I think I
You
think,
can,
but I
like-
think there's a limitation
Like,
to that
like
as well.
hardware wise,
Yeah.
as long as it can run regular Xbox
Yeah.
games,
Yeah.
then yeah.
Yeah, but I think there's something with the licensing why that doesn't work. That's just kind of the.
I don't think that
small-
has anything to do with licensing, because once you make the program that can run that, right,
Mhm.
it's like an emulator.
Mhm.
Then once you can run Halo for regular Xbox, then you can run any regular Xbox game.
Exactly.
You
It'll-
put it in. But
it-
now to do online all that shit, then you have
Yeah.
that involves other stuff.
So that I think that's where they have their hang up, where I think they have issues with it working, because like you can't even go on Steam and buy old games because if they lost the license, you
Well, yeah,
can't.
that's different though, because you're buying digital files.
Yeah.
Like, but if you were putting a physical disc in, just
Mhm.
like the Retron,
Yeah.
like all them places, so how many of them businesses are out defunct, you know? But you put any Nintendo game and it works.
Yeah. So it's interesting. So I just wanted to make that clear. So if you are going to buy the Xbox and you do listen to us and you think that every single game you own you put in the Xbox will work, that's not the case. So
Yeah,
I wanted
that
I wanted to
sucks.
apologize because
That
that's kind of
sucks.
what I was told was going to
Yeah.
happen, but that's not the case.
I mean,
Um,
that'd be great.
But Xbox did turn around and they stopped their backwards compatibility that they were working on, I think 2 months before they announced the production of the new system. But they said once we get the production out for the new system, work all the kinks out, get it out and out to everyone's hands, we are starting back up our backwards
Oh, there you
compatibility
go.
team.
Yeah.
So they are planning on going back
Yeah.
and contacting these old developers to do that.
And the demand for regular Xbox 360 games isn't that big.
Well,
you know, I mean,
well,
there is a market.
The
obviously.
interesting thing is a lot of these games too. I wouldn't run past Sony or Xbox to be like, all right, well, if Sony's not going to go back and reach out for Dino Crisis, or they're
Yeah.
not going to reach back out for Def Jam, or they're not going to reach back out to games that maybe were exclusive to Sony, and they don't care about those licenses, this may be a way that we can kind of
Why
slice those
not?
licenses up.
Xbox struggles in Japan all the time because obviously.
Well,
But
actually,
they were looking in Japan to buy game companies,
They're
but
looking-
they didn't announce anything yet.
they're looking to, from what
Someone said possibly what's the one that makes Tekken?
yeah.
Namco? No, not a Namco. Sorry, not Namco. It was another one. It was a bigger one, but it wasn't a huge Japanese
Yeah.
one. I was like, hey.
There's this, I forget the big company because I know that one friend, he's really anti Xbox, but I guess the guy, like the big Japanese studio that makes really good games that he's into,
Mhm.
and I guess Phil Spencer got like a sneak peek of the game, so that kind of tells you that Phil Spencer's been hanging out there.
Yeah.
So Phil Spencer knows that Xbox does not have that Japanese market,
Yeah.
and he's been making it a point to go to Japan to work out these developers and get because he said I'm interested in buying at least 6 studios,
Yeah.
and 3 of them I think are going to be heavy hitters. One of the big rumor is Sega.
Yeah. Which I can see that.
Yeah.
The problem is when you go to Japan, because WWE tried to do this too. Japan has a very strong respect thing, and like
Yeah.
if you don't do stuff the right way, you're done forever.
Yep.
Mhm.
And that's why WWE they went in there and they go, we want to buy this, and that. They go, oh, whoa, no. And then who'd they buy? Nobody.
Yeah.
They got nothing.
So PlayStation turn around and PlayStation will go and say, we'll pay you money to pretty much keep this game off every other system.
yeah.
Xbox will turn around and say, we'll give you money for exclusives,
Hey,
but we'll also
Nice.
give you
like it.
we'll also give you more money to turn around and make your game better because we'll give you more money to go hire better developers. That's kind of so Xbox, and that's why a lot of studios like this happened a couple weeks ago, but I didn't talk about it in the show. But PlayStation lost like 4 or 5 of their key game developers for Naughty Dog and the company who makes God of War,
Okay.
and they jumped ship and went to the Coalition and Xbox. Like like 3 of the people who made The Last of Us and the Uncharted series, who
Mhm.
were really really pivotal to the way that the game that looked and designed in the Melee, all left and went to Xbox. And the person who did one of the big storyline arcs for God of War left and went to Xbox.
Yeah.
So because and the reason is they're like they're saying like it's a better deal over there. They like
You gotta go where the money is. You know?
and I guess they like the working environment better.
yeah.
So it's interesting. It's gonna this next console generation is gonna be interesting. Is yours smoking like you blowing vape in
No,
yours?
no, I'm not blowing vape in mine.
If you're listening to audio only, Nikolai's here.
Hello,
Welcome, Nikolai.
Hello.
Wearing your
my
your Hugh
dueling
Hef-
jacket from Harry Potter.
your
I
really,
thought it was
really
just a
Hugh-
stylish jacket.
No,
like Hugh
it has the
Hefner.
house.
Oh,
crest
how
on
about
it with
that?
all of them. Yeah.
That's nice.
You're like Hugh
Very
Hefner.
nice.
I was
walking.
gonna wear the sweater underneath, but I was like, that's too much for after work.
Yeah. We're at the part now where we're talking about what we're playing or into.
Okay.
And he is talking about he played Resident Evil and he's gonna dive into some more stuff he's into. So
Yeah.
Andy has the floor right now.
Okay, you didn't. You guys talk about The Last Ronin at all?
The what?
The Last Ronin, the turtle
Nope.
book. Where one
I
one's
waited
alive.
for you.
Okay, so I read it.
Yeah.
Second issue comes out next week, I believe.
Well, talk us real quick. What is the last?
The Last Ronin, there's one turtle alive. He has all the weapons. His brothers died. Jenica doesn't exist for now. They're saying
Does
that
it say what turtle he is?
at the end.
Okay.
Yes. So you go. That's the catch. One turtle's alive.
Real quick, I'm giving Andy full permission to spoil this.
Yeah, yeah.
So-
If you haven't read The Last Ronin by now,
Yeah.
and then I'll tell you how the book's selling. So that's the premise. One turtle's alive, the rest are dead. He has all the weapons. He has a black bandana, so you don't know, and he has a hood, and it's in the future. He's like, I don't know. It doesn't really say 2000 XX, you know. And he's going to New York. It's like post-apocalyptic world. Something happened. We don't know. New York City is walled off, and he goes in. He's like the water's all toxic and stuff, and he goes in. He's trying to get to this thing. For some reason, you find out it's Shredder's grandson who's running it. It's like, oh, Shredder's grandson who wrote something. Like Rokusaki is Shredder's name. I forget.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then he's in there, and you see this one girl, and her name's Casey, and you're like, wait a minute, is that? I don't know. And then he's fighting. There's these foot soldiers, but he's like, they're cybernetic. They're like the foot soldiers. They're fucking foot soldiers. So he gets all the way to the top of the tower, and he's fighting, and he falls down, and he like lands, and he's like gonna die. And he's looking at the sword, and he's like, I'm not going to go out like this. And he's like, I'm going to do what my brothers are going to do. And the whole time he's talking to people, and you don't know who he's talking to. And it's his brothers. But the art will show, like, them, like, following in their classic costumes. Like, you don't know which one's which. Like, so it's pretty cool. He's like he's insane.
Like he hallucinates.
Yeah, so he's like, he fell from the building. He's all bloody. He's going to die. So he's in the sword. He's going to kill himself with Leonardo's sword. So he has the sword, and he's about to do it. And then he finally, like, he's about to do it. And then Casey comes. The girl, and she's like, no, stop, and she stops him, and he passes out, and he wakes up at the end in the hospital, and April Neal's there, and she's like, you look like you're in rough shape, and he's like, oh, where am I? He's like, April, and she's like, how are you doing, Michelangelo?
I knew it.
Yep.
Knew it.
That
love
was
Mikey.
the wrong, and that's how
Yeah.
it ends.
Well,
And Casey is probably April and Casey's daughter.
yeah. Which is Casey Jones my favorite, but they always said in the Ninja Turtle lore, like if they asked the creators who's the most powerful of the turtles, he said they all have their own, obviously their own skill set, right? So Donatello is obviously their brain.
Yeah.
Leonardo is their leader. Raphael could be the leader, but he has an anger problem.
Yeah.
So Raphael
He's
and
the
Leonardo are
rage.
very close, but he's the rage. And Michelangelo is the goofball. But if Michelangelo put his goofball side aside, he's probably the most talented, like the most gifted, like he's the most talented, but he just doesn't take it as seriously as
Yeah.
he should. And if he just put away his goofiness for a little bit and focused, he would dominate all of his brothers.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mhm.
which is crazy.
I
So-
love Mikey.
And Jenica doesn't exist, so they're saying this book is a separate from the main book, right?
It's like
For-
a arc,
Yes.
like,
For now.
like an arc. Which is
Yeah,
it's like an awesome
and it's
arc.
also a magazine site. It's weird.
How many issues are they doing of it?
So I think they're doing 3 or 4, and they had so many orders for this, right? And IDW, or no, is it IDW? Yeah, IDW.
IWD, or-
No,
yeah.
IDW.
Oh, yeah.
IDW. I don't know what it stands for. Anyway, let's say they got 200,000. They were like, oh, we don't think we're gonna sell many, so we're just gonna make like 100,000. And every comic shop got shorted by like, I think it was 40%. So if you had 40 people that ordered it, you're getting 27.
How do you write that comic
Wow.
and don't think Ninja
Yeah.
Turtle fans are going to eat that shit up?
It was so many. The pre-orders were through the roof, and they said, "Well, we're gonna make it up for you a second printing." People want the second printing. They want the fucking first
They want
printing.
the first printing.
I got 2 copies. One was a little damaged, and it was if it wasn't damaged, my one copy, they were going to sell for $75. I'm like, I'll give you 10 because it's fucking bent. You know, it's not worth anything now. So they said 20. I was like 15. I was like, okay, 15.
Oh,
So
that's
it's a
awesome.
different variant. And I got my main one they sent out to get graded because it's the first copy, first edition. It's going to be worth crazy
I
money.
want to get back into buying comics,
the-
but I have already too many
Yeah,
vices.
yeah. I
Oh,
know,
too many
yeah.
vices.
So the book was $8.99. It's big magazine size. It's thick. It's going for $25 to $30 for the main cover. All the variants are going for more, and it's just going up and up and up. The great ones haven't hit yet, but it's the hot
this
book.
literally sounds like the Dark Knight Returns
Yeah,
in
Turtles.
in turtle version.
So what this did too is now everyone's buying the other turtle book. So the first comic that's the cartoon. So the comic version of the cartoon, which is the first appearance of them with the colored masks, because in the cartoon or in the color comic they all had red masks. Yeah, going up. That's around $250 now for graded at 9.8. The first appearance of Casey Jones, which is a Raphael miniseries, I think it's 4 issues or something. That's like $500. You
Damn it.
9.8.
I fucking
Wow.
love.
Yeah.
I will eventually have a Casey Jones tattoo on my body.
So the Turtles is just going up and up, and the main one that's hard to get anyway. If you have Turtles 1, that's like
I am getting a pop culture tattoo soon though.
no really.
Yeah, my friend Amber, she tattoos at Abaddon Studios, which is
Mhm.
a fantastic shop in Pine Grove. I got tattoos there by Chris Bishop and Kira Bishop, which are amazing artists. But now Amber, who she's dating, Amber is, she always gets called the girlfriend of. So I want to say, um, Eddie's.
I don't. I don't really know.
Amber is.
Amber is the girl.
Yeah, but
Who
how do I
does
do the
tattoos?
opposite of this? Where I say it's the. Why am I having I'm being dumb right now? Like she always gets called Eddie's girlfriend.
So Eddie is Amber's boyfriend.
yes, Amber's boyfriend.
Okay.
Yeah, Amber's yeah. Is because I always give her that love because she's fantastic. She pierces too, so if you want piercing, she does that as well. But Abaddon Studios. But she's doing my first. She's just got her apprenticeship done,
Oh,
so she
cool.
has to tattoo so many people, and it
Yeah.
has to be like friends. That's like the rule of tattoo apprenticing.
Yeah, because in case it's not up to snuff.
Her
and, you know.
her stuff looks fantastic.
Yeah,
so
but I mean
far.
that's the reasoning.
Yeah, and everybody in that shop is so talented that she's only gonna get better.
Oh, good. Good for her.
I'm getting my first devil tattoo,
Oh, okay.
but it's not gonna be me.
Yeah.
It's gonna be him from the
Mhm.
Powerpuff Girls.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm gonna get the Santa suit wearing devil. Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
forgot
excited.
about him.
Yeah.
She wants to do him and Mojo Jojo on me. I was like,
Oh, Jojo.
I don't know if I want that many Powerpuff Girl villains, but we'll figure something out.
All right, I love the Powerpuff Girls.
That was
Anyway,
that was a good show.
so I want to connect it to the main book. Little Lita that I told you, the albino turtle.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That in the one issue, she comes back from the future and she's all grown. She has face paint and everything. They're theorizing that she comes back to the future or back from the future to warn the turtles that they all die and only one of them's left. That's the last Ronin.
That's good. That's
Oh,
sick.
I
So it's like,
like
does it
that.
connect? Does it connect? You know, or does it connect? Doesn't it
smart.
connect? It does connect.
It's smart.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so I love
So
it.
now, what's the main book going? Whoop. Turtles 101, which is the first appearance of Mona Lisa as a baby. Or Mona Lisa is the, whatever, she's an owl or something. Lita as the baby. That's going for like $25
What's the girl turtle
now.
name?
Jenica.
Jenica.
Jenica's first appearance is like, well, there's her human first appearance, and when she turns into a turtle, that's like $50 right now. I bought one today for 40, and I'm getting graded. And when I get it graded, they're worth like, I think there's one going for like 250. So, yeah, the turtle stuff's going through
Dude,
the roof.
I just had a weird peripheral like shadow, and it just fucking
Whoa.
scared the shit out of me. I think I'm having a stroke.
Oh my God, he's done.
Do you smell burnt toast?
Or is it
Is
haunted?
that what that is?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it is best to
Where's
smell
the
burnt
Ouija
toast.
board at today?
I would like to smell burnt toast. Can I have a little bit of a smoke? That smells very good.
That's why I jumped like that. I was like, what the fuck's going on? I think I seen like the glimpse
Oh
of
my
the
God.
board or something. I don't know.
So I'm the fly through these everyone. So this
Yeah.
one I just bought today, right? But I just want to give you the premise. It's called Crossover. It's written by Donny Cates, who writes Venom and Guardians of the Galaxy. It's not the main cover; that's a variant.
I like that cover.
I didn't read it, but listen to this the synopsis of this particular book. You know, in crossovers in comics, that's like when like a Fantastic Four meets Spider-Man, or
yeah,
or
that looks
Su-
like Miss Marvel.
Superman meets like the Teen Titans. All the heroes come together, right? So there's a crossover in this world. It's Image Comics that is so big in the comic book that it literally breaks reality and comes into the real world.
Oh, that's neat.
So the superheroes in this book, the battle is so big that they come out and they land in Chicago. And then the superheroes and supervillains
Terrifying.
start taking over Chicago because the battle comes to the real world. And they put a dome over Chicago, and it's like 4 years later, or a couple years later, and they're like, the dome starts breaking, and they start coming out. And it's like, well, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
So that's this book.
That's awesome.
Crossover. I'm like, that is all. And they're saying, like, This is Image, which Spawn, Savage Dragon, stuff like that. No, not there is Marvel characters and DC characters referenced in here, and because Todd McFarlane back in the pandemic said we should all come together and do a big event to raise money for comics because nothing's going on right now, and get everything
And they all
going.
said, "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah, so he's there.
That's a shame.
Maybe this is something with all the independents. So it's called crossover. But what a like how did no one ever think of that in comics?
Well,
The, comic is the
everyone's
battle is so big, it comes in the real world, and it's cool. The comic people when they come into the real world, because I looked at the art, they have the dots on them. That's how you can tell a comic person.
Oh,
That's
nice.
the
cool.
skin.
Oh,
yeah.
interesting.
Like the pointillism.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be smart, but everyone's so protective of their characters, they would be afraid to do that.
Yeah. I mean, Marvel and DC, they had that. So
Make sure when you get done doing this and I start going over mine, take photos
Okay.
and put them in the
So
group.
this
chat.
Don't worry,
called-
Fortnite will do it.
Yeah.
though. Fortnite will get across.
Yeah, Fortnite.
It's a
Yeah.
willow.
Yeah, it's a
black
little black cat. It's Inkblot.
Oh, it's
Aw.
like my
So this is actually issue 3, and I didn't read 2 and 3 yet, but I did read 1. And there's this world where there's like
Image.
Image, yeah. It's all indie books this time. There's a world where there's all these brothers and sisters. There's his brother that's a king, and they find these alternate realities, right? And all his brothers and sisters are all warriors except for the one who has to write everything down and keep track of everything.
So if you want to try it.
And she's not a warrior, and she falls asleep when she's writing everything down because she's bored. She wants to go out and explore. But they're like all these other people are going to the different realms because they have to kill things in realms to support this realm, but they're running out of things to kill. And she falls asleep and she casts some type of spell, and it just so happened that the ink fell in the spell, and now there's this cat, and this cat doesn't care what's going on, and it wants to unravel reality. And then she's
Wow, that
like,
is my
she's like,
cat.
little black cat, come back here. It doesn't have a name yet, and she chases it into a portal, and that's how issue 1 ends.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's all like,
what was
what
that
does
book
this
that
cat
you
do?
guys were reading where they find the iPhone in like the 70s?
Oh,
Paper Girls.
Yeah.
Is that still going?
No, that stopped at issue.
Then Amazon bought it.
Yeah, something. Yeah, they're gonna make it a show.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome.
You want to
So-
get Paper
so-
Girls 1? 'Cause that's going up.
I don't have one.
Yeah.
I have the combo.
Yeah, the
for them.
combo.
Yeah.
I have the whole series.
Yeah.
And then I had Inkblot too.
Where do you go for your comics?
Hooked on Comics in Myerstown, Pennsylvania. Not Myerstown, Lebanon, Pennsylvania. Now they
Yeah.
moved. There's also local. There's Alchemist Cove. That's in
That's
School
in
Haven.
School Haven.
Yes.
We're possibly gonna, once COVID goes away, we're possibly in talks with them to do an
Yeah.
episode on location. there.
Yeah, the Aaron,
Oh,
the
neat.
guy that owns it.
Sweet.
So that's Inkblot. I didn't get to read, but it's cool that this sorcerer girl is chasing this cat. Who knows what this is gonna do?
Yeah.
And it's all real cute because the cat always has that.
It's
It's always
really
totally black.
cute.
Like
With
there's
just
no.
the eyes.
Yeah, just the eyes. There's no like.
And the
detail.
cat is made out of the ink.
Yes, ink and magic spells.
It's really cute.
So here's that. I told you a little bit. Department of Truth, right here.
Reagan
This
on the
one.
cover.
Yeah, they
as
always.
the devil.
This is the
Ooh.
conspiracy book where.
What?
Yes.
Yeah, Torian like, what?
Yeah, there's a guy who goes. He's an agent. He's trying to get this new job, and they're interviewing him and they're asking about all of these like conspiracy theories and stuff that doesn't exist and all this stuff. And he
Truth behind
yes, it's very much into it. And he
Sorry,
goes on
Rick.
this plane. He's on this plane ride forever and just keeps going and going. He's like, "Where are we going? Where are we going?" And they go, "We are taking you to the edge of the world because the Earth is flat. Because in this world, if everyone believes something,
Triggered.
it becomes so much like."
Oh, if you
Yeah,
believe it,
if
enough,
you believe
happens.
it happens.
Thoughts are things.
And so many people believing that the Earth is flat,
That's so
that the Earth is
cool.
becoming flat. So they take him there to show him, and he's like, "Oh my God!" And then he's like, "Well, how do you know this?" And he's like, "I run the Department of Truth." And he's like, "We know everything that happened, and we try to keep everything."
This
this stuff from
comic sounds
happening.
fucking awesome.
right?
I have chills.
And he's
I
like,
have chills.
"He's like, well, who are you?" And he's like, "I am Lee Harvey Oswald," and that's how issue 1 ends.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So you can buy
I'm
these collected
so-
and trade in about 4 months. So the issue 2 just came out with Reagan on it. The first one had JFK, obviously because Lee Harvey Oswald is
Yeah.
the Professor X, and then the guy is a gay lead. So there you go, a little bit
Oh,
different.
fun.
It's good. I don't like the art though. Like this is not the interior art. I'll show you the interior art. Story's fantastic. The art is it's not so good.
Not so good.
Not
good?
not the shit on the guy.
Yeah.
But
I
I'll-
just had a feeling that my door I left
Oh,
open,
boy.
so I went to go check.
Was
is
it open?
closed.
Oh,
No.
I thought you were on the phone.
No.
So and
Just had a
the
weird
first
feeling.
issue is real hot. See, I don't like the art is very.
It's very stylized.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever seen Hellblazer or Constantine.
like that.
Yeah,
What?
It was
it's
eating
a baby.
Oh,
Yeah,
mm-mm.
I didn't read this
Ooh,
particular.
that's some
yeah,
deep
so-
state shit.
They're
I don't like
delicious.
the art, but the story is so good that I will read it.
If you were a cannibal stuck on an island,
I would not eat a baby.
fuck.
I would not. I would starve myself to death. I would die so that baby could eat.
If you're a
someday.
cannibal stuck on an island, you probably have some type of fruit growing on that island. I'm just saying. You probably have birds too and fish.
I don't like
So-
fish though.
Yeah, but I feel like you.
I'd rather eat a baby. You piece of shit. Yeah, I'd stick with the baby. I don't like fish that much.
Fish is a lot of work. It's already
It's a
raised.
little
It is a lot of
Oily.
work.
Fish is always oily.
Yeah, I would at least
And
raise
it
it.
smells.
I'd raise it for a couple years and get at least
Oh my god!
get like 3 meals out of it. You
Oh
know?
I
my God.
fucking hate you. He
You don't-
goes here.
don't
I
eat a
go,
ch- you don't eat
"Here's
a brand
all of
new-
my buttons, and he's like,
You don't eat a brand new chick. You grow it. You raise it a little bit.
oh,
I mean, unless
I
you're
mean, unless you're making
You
nuggets.
you're doing
Or-
Fable, and then you get evil points.
yeah,
shit.
or if you like veal.
If you eat the if you eat the chicken, then it makes that crunch sound, and
Yeah.
you get 10 evil points.
Yeah.
I hate this conversation so much.
And also, like
Just real quick, I don't actually feel this way.
Yes.
No,
we're just fucking.
He just knows how
Victoria.
much it bothers me, so he says it.
Yeah.
And I like to say in Fable, divorce gets you 100 evil points or something like that, and killing your wife gets 50. So
What?
you know which way to go.
Yeah.
You can have a husband too. So
Yeah.
Okay. Finally, this is the
That's 400 evil points.
Yeah, yeah.
If you go gay,
you
go
can.
gay.
You can be bi, you can be whatever in that
you
game,
can.
whatever you want to
could
be.
You could be poly as well.
Yeah,
Oh, that's fun.
Just don't get caught.
yeah. But you can only marry one person.
100 evil points.
Yeah.
For
Not-
cheating.
It is. It's fucking. It's you're better off killing your spouse to get less evil points if you don't want to be in the relationship
Wow,
anymore.
if you-
planting those seeds for society, huh?
if you find a better. I'm triggered. I'm writing
Yeah.
Fable.
You can have kids too.
I'm right.
and
I'm triggered.
You can
My
kill your,
husband cheated on
Take
me.
it out.
kill your kids if you want.
Oh my
It's just-
lord.
you can be the goodest of good too if you want. to.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna plant flowers the entire
up to you.
time and just like shake people's hands.
Okay,
That's
finally.
what I would do.
The Unkindness of Ravens. This book is a witchy
Ooh.
book. So this girl, I forget her name because I read it like last week.
Eye patch.
She moves to a school and she looks just like this girl who just died, like exactly like her. And she
That
even
art
gets
is-
her same locker that this girl had. And when she gets the locker and she opens it up, she can see writing in the back that says to meet her at meet this group at a certain time, but only she can see it. It's all glowing and stuff.
It's like Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, because she's some type of like witch, but they don't know that yet. So she meets all them gothic girls, and she can either meet the cool kids come up to her, kind of like the mean girls, and they say, "Well, you can come with us and meet with us at 3:00," and then they come up, and, "Well, why don't you meet with us at 3:00?" And then they're just showing them which way they go. And they're like, and they're all saying, "You look just like what's her name? You look just like what's her name?" But they don't kind of go there yet. And they just moved this town, and it's it's in Salem.
I love the artwork.
Yeah. And she goes with the gothic girls, and they say, "Oh, we got to show you this in the woods." And then she sees like a portal and stuff. So it's the first issue, but it's very good.
Cool.
That's
That's
all
by
my-
I like the
Boom.
text on that too.
Yeah.
They did a really good job. That's really nicely stylized.
It's very good. I picked it. I seen this, and I seen another one where it's her, and then the girls, and the girl she looks like in the mirror, but she's like dead, but not
Yeah.
like, rotted and stuff. I was like, "Oh, that's a cool variant." So I was like, "I'm gonna get it and read it because I like witch books, and it's very good." So that's
Yeah.
Nice.
my recommendations. This is a Boom comic. So then, Kindness of Ravens, Department of Truth, Ink Blot, and then what was the first one? Crossover.
Yeah.
All indie books, so something a little bit different.
See, I don't read like physical like
Mhm.
comic books. Like I subscribe to Webtoon and
Okay.
I like watch like Lore Olympus I read Lore Olympus online and stuff like that too. So I love Lore Olympus.
There is stuff online you can go to like Comic Explains
Yeah.
where they kind of read the book.
I
for you.
watch a lot. There's a Comic Drake. He does that.
What's the big one now?
Comic
The Last
Historian.
Joker. Everyone's freaking out about. Are the 3 Jokers?
Oh my god.
I'm gonna throw
Yeah,
up.
the 3 Jokers. I was going to talk about this. I read that it was 3 issues, right? And there was like there was an event that happened in DC.
Spoiler alert
Yeah,
coming.
yeah. If you didn't read it, go fuck yourself.
Comics
This is
don't.
our
At,
podcast.
at
Fuck
the end
you.
of the new 52, Batman sits in the Mobius chair. If you sit in the Mobius chair, you can learn. You get
Yes.
answer to any question you want. He says, "Who is the joke? What's the Joker's real name?" And they go, blah, 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 blah,
There's
3
been
Jokers.
3 Jokers.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's like, "Oh, that can't be true." And then this book was supposed to come out like
And explains the 3 Jokers.
after Doomsday Clock. Doomsday Clock was 12 issues. That was supposed to be every other month. It got pushed back like 2 years. Blah blah blah. So this finally came out. It's 3 issues. This is why is there 3 Jokers? There's the comedian, the
Anarchist.
no, it's the comedian, the criminal, and the something else. I forget.
It's the early adaptation of
it's
the
like-
Joker, like the 66.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Or
then-
the 40s version.
Yeah, and then there's like Jack Nicholson.
Yep.
Who's the criminal?
And then the new Joker, which like the new 52 Joker that cuts his face off.
No, but not him. He's not, he has his face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they're going to do that. So it's like
Yeah.
they all, it's the Joker's 3 years. So like let's say 60s, 70s, 80s.
Yep.
and then it's like Batman, Batgirl, and Red Hood, which is Jason Todd, who the
Mhm.
Joker killed. So it's all, and then Batgirl, who the Joker shot, and she's paralyzed.
Oracle.
So they all have a connection to the Joker, and eventually comes down to there's just one Joker. He turns people into the Joker with chemicals and stuff like that, and he's trying to get Red Hood to turn him into the Joker because he's like, you'd make a perfect new Joker, and but it's like, is it canon? Is it not?
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
Zack Snyder did announce that he showed a photo on his phone of Martian Manhunter in the new.
Yeah,
Justice League
he's
movie.
announcing an awful lot.
Yeah,
Which
Well,
I'm thinking-
a lot of this is stuff that he already kind of showed.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he did say that this Jared Leto's Joker will be in it, and they are going to explore why Bruce Banner's mansion was burned down and he was in a different location, and they're going to explain the death of Robin.
but like, okay,
Which Robin?
Tim Drake. they're
Tim
saying.
Drake.
Okay.
Because when he goes to the
Not
Batcave and he sees Robin's suit,
Yeah.
the rumor is he dies in the fire.
How long is this movie gonna
Oh.
be? Because if you add that,
4 hours.
if you add Martian Manhunter, if you add
That's
Green
a
Lantern,
long time.
and you give them all time, that's a
I'm fine.
long ass movie.
Yeah.
So
I'm
wait,
fine
is this
with it.
movie filmed already?
I'm totally fine with it as
He
long as
needs
you
to
don't
get
kill
moving
Dick.
first.
Yeah. Well, this is filmed. It's just
so was this.
he had to
Re-edits,
he had
right?
to go back and do the special effects and stuff.
I get that.
Yeah.
But I'm waiting on my movie.
Listen, I love you to death, Nikolai, and you're one of my best friends.
302.
We've already
I don't-
seen that movie.
I
It's just
haven't.
an extended
No,
edition of this
no,
one.
that movie was dog shit.
That's not the point.
What movie are you waiting for?
mo-
Army of the Dead.
Zack
Oh.
Snyder.
The
Zack Snyder
Netflix-
made a
Zack Snyder
Netflix movie, but the
Yeah.
problem is he cast Chris D'Elia,
Yeah.
and then Chris D'Elia got caught
Did all that stuff
with younger kids.
Chris
So-
With
D'Elia
that-
or Krista Leah?
Chris D'Elia.
Okay.
Yeah.
The comment.
Um,
And then they recast him
oh.
after everything was filmed.
Interesting though, that's starting to come out that maybe he wasn't talking to underage girls.
Poor guy.
That it was just he was talking to girls who were like 18, 19, and he was cheating on a girlfriend.
Okay.
And then it's maybe coming out that maybe it's not 100% true.
No.
Because some of
Oh,
some of
shame.
his friends are like, we can't really talk about everything. He's still our friend. Like
Yeah.
we hope he's okay. We don't want him to like
Mm.
what he did. You know, if he did something wrong, obviously he did the wrong things.
Yes.
But I think it may come out soon that maybe it wasn't what we perceived. I'm not saying you know
Hey,
I'm
that
not
happened.
not
with-
defending the guy.
Yeah.
But I'm saying is maybe not everything was talked
That
about.
happened with Will Ospreay.
Yeah.
He never did anything.
But
They-
that's what's odd about that is there were screenshots.
There was, but I think the screenshots were. I didn't read the screenshots. Did you read them?
I vaguely remember that there was one girl that said her age, and he was just like, haha.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but you can fake a screenshot.
You can.
I can go on Photoshop
You
and make
can.
a screenshot in a
That's
minute.
true.
Yeah, I think because two of the girls that came out and said like, oh, he was inappropriate with me were like 19, and they're like, well, you're 19.
Yeah.
Well, he's 40. I'm like,
Well,
it's creepy,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's not illegal.
Yeah.
But you
Yeah.
said yes, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't think he'll ever be back anytime soon. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with him.
he got in
I
trouble
don't
for
know
doing
him.
some creepy stuff. But yeah, he's canceled, and the reason that the movie that Nikolai was in is the latest because of that casting choice.
Oh, I
yep,
didn't know you were in it. I thought
I
it was
was.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got
exciting.
to. I can't really talk too much about it, but I did get to go to Atlantic City and be a zombie for a couple days.
very cool.
That's
And this
so
is
fun.
I mean, this is out there, so there's nothing.
Yeah, I mean it's out
but
there.
but it is a readaptation of a George Romero style movie.
I
Ooh.
don't know
Yeah.
for sure.
Very
But
cool.
now they're posting stuff about sequels, and I'm like, get to the movie already. I don't want to
Yeah.
hear about your sequel ideas. Like,
Yeah.
Sam Hain too.
show me the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome, though.
supposedly Zack Snyder took liberties and kind of went and trying to recreate the George Romero style zombie movie.
Hmm.
Did you run in this?
Did I run?
Yeah.
No,
Are there?
I can't tell you that.
Fuck.
Did you
please-
say any words?
I did not.
Okay, that's it.
Aw.
Please,
Yeah.
please, God, don't be running zombies.
I don't like
As
that
a zombie,
either.
you just start like reciting like Robert Frost.
Well, I
poetry.
thought maybe you might
Listen,
have a part with Dawn of the
the
Zombie.
running ones are really fucking scary. Like I love Dawn of the Dead, and I thought Dawn of the Dead remake was very, very good as well.
Mhm.
Dawn of the Dead is my favorite movie of all time, the original one. I do like the remake, but something about the slow walking huge herds
Mhm.
are scarier.
I
are
mean,
scary.
I can tell you there were huge herds.
Yeah, they're scary, super scary. Like I mean, but also running ones are fucking just cheap. Like come on,
It's like a bit much.
like,
isn't it?
fuck, because like I
If
understand.
you're
that-
rotting, wouldn't you fall apart if you start running?
yeah, and that's why I think
I
where
like
they
them
said
both.
Well,
like,
I think the idea is there's different kinds of infections.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
So
I think
different
that-
kinds of infections hit the nervous system differently.
But then you're like
I agree with
Left 4
that.
Dead, where it's like
Mm.
then you're more mutants and
yeah, I think a
monsters.
lot of it too is I think the theory of the running zombies is if they're decomposing for a couple months, they're not going to be able to physically run.
Yeah.
But their theory is if you're freshly turned,
Okay.
you don't have the fatigue in your body or the pain in your muscles to say I
Mhm.
can't run for 100 miles.
yeah.
And these zombies don't feel that pain, so they can just go
Mhm.
and go and go and go. Like the
Yeah.
one part
until
of the
they
movie
break down like
where the
a
guy
car.
literally is just
Yes.
running on his hands.
yeah.
Where normally it would just
That's so
yeah.
scary.
Yeah, so it's fucking.
I like them all. Give me all the zombies.
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah.
not. I'm
There
not.
there are some zombie
I like
movies.
the running ones because it's
Me
like
too. It's
yeah.
different.
I'm not. I'm not a zombie person. I
No.
like Resident Evil. That's it.
I'm a huge zombie fan.
It
I
got
know it got played out very
Yeah,
very heavily.
oh,
But I'm still a classic zombie. Like I love George Romero, the the Crazies, the Dawn of the Deads, the Night of the Living Deads, the Return of the Living Deads. Like
They're
I
so
love
great.
them all. The newer ones, there's some newer ones that are kind of tough for me. But I'm into the zombie idea.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah,
like it.
so
I, don't like,
I
don't
will
like it at
say
all.
Zack Snyder was very nice.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
great.
He's very cool to all the extras and stuff that were zombies and
Aw,
everything.
That's so nice.
he didn't
Like-
lock you in a subway train and
It's
leave you
nice
there
to
for
hear
fucking
that.
4 hours.
no Joker incident.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right. Anything else?
No, that's it from comics wise.
All right. So I What?
Harry Potter time?
not yet.
That's right, your thing.
yeah, so
you
I-
have a thing.
I thought you had something to talk about.
Yeah, I had
I got
I
excited.
I didn't finish it yet. I got very close. I tried to finish it, but then
You didn't
Assassin's
finish Harry
Creed came
Potter.
out. No, yeah, I know Assassin's Creed came out and it kind of put
Is that officially out?
yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Watch Dogs kind of got pushed back. I was very close to the end. Officially, so my official stance on Watch Dogs, if I had to give it a review and tell you guys what I think of it, I think it's very fun. I think if you're a Watch Dogs fan, you'll be into it. I think if you're not maybe a Watch Dogs fan, I think it's gonna be repetitive for you and you might get bored.
Like the first one.
For me, the repetitiveness in the first and second one, I liked. I do like the fact that everyone can be playable.
Yeah.
It does take away from the story a little bit because you kind of don't build yourself around a character. I find myself playing one of my characters who I think visually looks cooler than the
Oh,
other
yeah.
ones. You
Fair
are
enough.
going to find some characters who are just look like when you hit the randomize button on a create a
Ugh.
character, and they're just like that doesn't even look like that guy would look like that.
Yeah.
But then again, if you go out in the real world, there's a lot of people who look like they randomly hit the
Yeah.
button. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So
or basic. I'll take the basic one.
yeah, so it is a really fun game. I would say if it's very ambitious for maybe unless you're a diehard Watch Dogs fan, give it a shot. If you're not, maybe wait till it comes on sale.
Black
That would-
Friday's coming.
Yeah, that would be my take on Watch Dogs. Then me and my buddy pre-ordered. I pre-ordered Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs.
I pre-ordered Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
You got $10 off. I'm never gonna get it.
Yeah. And then Assassin's Creed, I'll get in that second. And then we also got Coaster Planet, which is a PC game, like a theme park game. I've been playing that. It doesn't say it doesn't come out till the 28th. I turned it on last night and I was playing it the whole time. Like, so Xbox is letting me play it. I don't know if that's supposed to be a thing, but I've been playing it. It's fantastic. Yeah.
Coaster Planet's probably like, please play the game.
Yeah, it's really, really fucking
Please.
good. So you know how like a lot of old theme park games or coaster games is kind of like, oh, I want this, and they only give you a generic thing, and you put it in there, and you only get like a certain generic thing. It's like,
Yeah.
you can't really go out of your way to make it look like your own. Not this game. This game, like, it has like, oh, well, here's if you want to be a pirate theme park, we'll give you like this pirate theme, and it has all these cool things, and it puts them all together to make it look like a set piece, and you can drop the whole set piece,
Mm.
or you can literally go and get every single item from that set piece and put them in to make your own
Oh,
whole thing.
that's cool. Yeah.
So like the one park you go to, they have this entire underground ride that they pre-built for you. And it's literally just they took pieces of other things I've seen in the park, and you literally go underground in this like trolley car like Knobles, but the entire time you go underground it's a giant kraken. And so the whole time
Oh,
you're
that's
going like
cool.
the tentacles are coming up
Yeah.
at you, and then at the very, very end when you're about to escape the ride, like you're there and there's a big body of water, and then the head just comes up and it's like right in your face. So like they make the game like you can do really fucking cool
So what's
shit.
the viewpoint of it? Is it like Roller Coaster Tycoon
Yes,
where you're like
top down,
up-
but
yeah.
you can
Yeah,
really, really zoom
civilization.
in. You can click on every single park guest, see what they're thinking of your park, get full ratings from every single park.
You know
Can you
what-
trap them?
Oh.
No,
You know what was cool back
So
in the day?
dumb.
Theme
I wanna
park. The
trap
graphics
'em.
aren't that great, but
Yeah.
it was top down. But you could go in first person mode and walk around your park,
yes.
and that was pretty cool.
This one you can physically ride your rides.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
that was more of what my question is.
Yes.
Is it always just looking down, or can you like
you can
interact
you
with
can
it?
go in there and physically. I don't know how they're gonna do multiplayer. I don't know if multiplayer is a thing. But like, if you make a park or make a ride or make a thing in the game,
Yeah.
you can share it on a community board. So in this game in like 10 years can be like, you can go and be like, oh, I've recreated Disney,
Yeah.
and like it's gonna get
Sold.
it's gonna get to that point where the community is gonna make that game even cooler because people are gonna be creating things and putting them in the game, and all the expansions that are coming
Yeah.
that are gonna add more details that you can take those pieces and put them together and make other things. It's crazy. It
What
has a lot of
It's
potential.
called Coaster Planet.
Coaster Planet. Yes.
What if it was a planet about coasters for glasses?
Maybe.
Well, that'd be
Yeah.
that'd be a fun game. Fun
Um,
simulation game.
Me and Kev talked before the podcast. I don't know if he actually purchased it yet, so I will find out and go upstairs and hopefully it's downloaded. If it's not, I will download it if it's there. We're gonna go halfies on Fuser, so I'm gonna try out
Okay.
Fuser, which is the new DJ game that's made by the people who made Rock Band. So this game
What
is
do you use for controller?
just your controller.
Okay.
Yeah.
But this game is more or less like there's a board game out that was made by them where it's like a board and you get a bunch of playing cards. So you pull out the card to be like drums of Disturbed, do 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 do, and you put the drums down and then you say the lyrics of
Oh boy.
Party Rock Anthem and you throw the lyrics down. So it's like do do do. Party Rock is in the but the thing is it'll
mixes
take
them.
the drums,
Mm.
find the beat pattern of that drum, the
Yeah, the
tempo,
key.
the key,
Yeah.
and then drop the lyrics to match it
Oh, that's
and
cool.
meshes them
Yeah.
together, and then you could take like the keyboards of another song and put
Yeah.
the keyboards in, and then add a guitar lick of another song, and pretty much remix and make your own versions of songs. They discontinued the board game and they put all their efforts into the video game.
See, the board game, I can't imagine being that fun if you didn't know all the songs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and like, it's not actually, you don't hear
Well,
them.
it's like
so,
you'd get packs of cards. It was like Pokemon cards or whatever.
Okay.
And you'd open them up and it'd be all a mystery.
Yeah.
And I think I don't remember what the event was for or something, but it was like super hard to get the
There's-
Power Ranger theme song.
Yeah.
My brother has one.
Oh, wow.
yeah. And that card's like $1,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with
That's
this
crazy.
board game is you get your phone or a tablet, and then you
Oh, to
Bluetooth,
play the
you
oh,
Bluetooth
okay.
the board to the tablet, then you download the app,
Mhm.
then the
Oh,
app
okay,
plays
yeah,
the
that makes
music.
more sense.
That's
Yeah.
a
And then
lot
they
of
got
work though.
So I was
They-
like, how could you do a board game?
Yeah.
Okay,
But-
like,
okay,
being like,
you,
"That's
just, if
dumb."
you could just hum that, okay,
Yeah.
now you start singing.
yeah.
All right, you do the drums.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's the game looks insane. So if
It sounds like cool.
yeah, so
like a cool
I'll
game.
I'll be trying that possibly.
DJ
after
Hero
the
is
class.
fun.
DJ Hero,
I have it for 360.
I remember actually being at a party, and people were literally playing DJ Hero, and it was literally the party of the music. Like people were into it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a
And
cool
then,
idea.
and then they had the fucking Renegade edition where it had all the Eminem and Jay-Z songs because
Okay.
they did that collaboration Renegade, and then it added all their songs, and oh, it was so fucking
Oh,
good.
I
I
hate
own it.
both of them, but
I
that's
still own it. I have 2 DJ pads.
I do you have the second one. I don't have the second one.
Yeah, I have 1 and 2.
I
I
just
have
have one.
every music game
Really?
except like the karaoke singing.
I got
only.
burned out, and I just at one point just quit.
Yeah, I love Rock Band and Guitar Hero. I have every one I can get.
Wow.
I bought the new Guitar Hero and it sucks.
I heard it sucks.
Where they changed the buttons.
They
and
try
the-
to bring it back. Yeah,
It's horrible.
It's kind of like let's let that one sit for a couple more years yet.
Yeah. Or just keep doing what Rock Band's doing and just add songs to your
Yeah,
game.
but I mean,
The
like,
formula's already there. You don't have to
but I
make
mean,
a
it's
new
not
one.
as popular as it once was. Right?
I mean, it's not huge, but there's still people
I
playing
mean,
it.
what it once was.
Yeah, we just had a Rock Band party the other night. A group of friends
Right.
all got together and played a Rock
Yeah.
Band party.
I mean,
it was
there's still people
Yeah,
playing.
it's
so
really
much
fun.
fucking fun.
They need to
yeah.
do more of those special edition ones. Like I
The
think
theme
it
ones,
was
like Aerosmith and
yeah,
Metallica.
like
There was
the
a Beatles
Beatles.
one,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
The
was gonna
Beatles
say
Rock
because I
Band
had
is
the
always a
guitar
good
for the
one.
Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Stick
yeah,
the Wii
wait.
remote in the back and
Yeah.
stuff.
What I would like is, hey, we'll sell you the instruments if you really want them, but instead of making an entire game, you can just buy an expansion pack. We'll give you a career mode like the other one, but keep it a part of the Rock Band. Because I hate when like I can put every single song I've ever bought on Rock Band in my Rock Band game
Yeah.
now and have every single song
Right.
except the Beatles.
Oh, because
That
they
sucks.
did that thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wouldn't be.
So
I'd
every
be
song
okay
is on
with
my
that.
guitar. If I want to play Beatles, I have to plug my 360 in, go on, and play the
Oh,
Beatles one.
boy.
But Green Day is all on.
Wasn't there like a Hannah Montana one or something too?
That was Sing It.
Oh, okay.
So good. So the music games they had Van Halen. Well, the first one was Aerosmith,
Yeah.
Metallica,
I completely
Van
forgot
Halen.
Sing It even
Mhm.
existed.
I believe that's
80s. That was the 80s one.
yeah. But I'm just saying like full.
Oh
Band.
yeah, for the band ones. Yeah.
And then there was Green Day and the Beatles. I like Green Day, so I
well,
love it.
but
Green Day.
Beatles was Rock Band. Oh, the other ones.
Yeah,
were,
Rock Band.
were
Rock Band
Guitar
was
Hero, right?
guitar. The first 3 I said were Guitar Hero.
Yes.
Aerosmith.
There was an AC/DC one too.
That was Rock Band. So Aerosmith was Guitar Hero.
Mhm.
Van
Metallica.
Halen, Metallica. Rock Band was AC/DC, which wasn't good.
Well, it was more like expansion.
It was.
Yeah.
And then Green Day and Beatles were like full games, so they put
Okay.
the members of the actual
Yeah.
band in the game.
And you got the Beatles like guitar.
Yep.
Yeah, it was different.
Mhm.
I would have loved if they would have did actually like a Billy Joel replica Guitar Hero guitar, with like all his stickers and
That would be
markers
cool.
and stuff.
Oh,
on
I
it.
ththought Billy Joel. Oh
Like
my
Billy Joel. Sorry,
He
Billy
Wow.
Joe
Guitar?
Armstrong.
Yeah, yeah, Billy Joel Armstrong. Yeah.
I once said that I hate them so much I would fight all three of them at once, and the winner, if I win, all the Green Day music disappears, and if they win, I and wrestling disappears.
I would hate both of that. I want. I don't. I like both of these. I don't,
But that's how much I hate Green Day.
oh man,
And people said nobody said that. Oh, you can't beat all three of them up at once.
I'm sure you probably can.
Yeah. I'm telling
They're very small dudes
Say what? Throw their wives in too.
and their children.
Yep, and their kids. I'll beat them all up. That's how much I hate Green Day.
Oh, I love Green Day.
I feel like
Throw
Brie right
their
now. Like
wives
I
in.
don't want to defend this until
You
we.
know what?
I really-
Throw their
I'm-
wives in.
I was like really excited to go see them this year, and then COVID ruined it on me.
That's well. They are. That has officially been rescheduled. So
Yes.
like your
I'm
tickets.
still mourning the MCR cancellation.
That was sad too.
Dude, this is fucking. We're talking Green Day, Fall Out Boy, and Weezer.
That's gonna be the best concert.
I'm sorry.
ever.
I love MCR, but for what you're charging for a ticket,
Yes,
you can suck my D.
How much was it?
Too much
$500 some dollars.
for one band.
I was fucking pissed.
Now Green Day.
No, is that
I
the,
would've
that's the
paid it.
aftermarket. That has
I
to
was
be,
one of
'cause
those crazies that I would have paid it.
Yeah. Now
'Cause
you're
I
giving
love
you're giving me
MCR so
Weezer,
much.
Green Day, and fucking Fall Out Boy, and it's like a $50 ticket.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Yep, Mark and I are gonna be there,
That's
Hershey,
living it up. Yes,
we'll be there too.
Awesome.
That's like the Misfits where they had that concert with Danzig and the tickets were like 500. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I really want to see Bruno Mars live, but his tickets are
Oh.
outstanding.
He does
he's
a great show.
amazing.
He
He's
doesn't
so
stop
amazing.
moving, and it's a
No,
great
he
show, but his
doesn't.
tickets are expensive.
How much are they now? They
They're
weren't.
they're up like a nosebleed is like 200 some bucks. From what I heard.
Wow.
Yeah.
He
Okay.
wasn't that much when I saw him.
when I was
and
18,
I
that
saw
was
him.
my birthday gift. I got front row seats to him, and I got to meet him.
Oh,
It was amazing to meet someone that was like my height.
Yeah, he's low.
Oh, is he? That means he's as tall as me too.
He's tall. He's tiny.
Yeah.
And then the last thing I played,
I like
I'm
him.
not finished it, so I can't give you a full on take of it. I can just give you a little bit. I've been playing Assassin's Creed.
Valhalla.
It
Valhalla.
is fucking awesome.
I kind of want to get it.
Yeah. I'm gonna say though, story wise, it's not blowing me away.
Mm-hmm.
Only because the map is so vast, and there's like once you like, it takes a while to get into the game. There's a lot of like story building in the beginning, and then a lot of like we gotta kind of show you where we want you to go and what you have to do, and then you meet the assassin, and you kind of learn your guy, like your kind of guy then gets woven into the assassin culture, and then it's like here's your hit list, and you can go explore this entire fucking world,
Yeah.
have fun, play the game how you want.
That's open
It
world.
takes a while to get there. I would say the first 3 hours of the game, 3 or 4 hours,
That ain't too bad.
is that like we were sitting here hanging out like for like 4. It might be even longer than 3 or 4 hours. It may be like maybe 8 hours of the game is just kind of like
That's a little
it took like 3 or 4 hours for the fucking Assassin's Creed logo to pop on the screen.
What?
Yeah. we were playing for the longest time, and then he just goes, "It started." And I
Yeah.
was like, "What?"
It's a big.
I'm
it's
going
a
to
big.
bed.
It's a big. I mean, but the entire time, the prelude leading up to it is fucking
Yeah.
unbelievable.
How's the character creator?
Awesome.
Really?
Well, you get to pick a guy or a girl,
Uh-huh.
and then when
But you get to change like hair and face. and everything?
hair, face,
beard.
tattoos are big
Oh,
in the game, so you
cool.
could put like different
Nice.
like
Yeah,
face
f-
tattoos,
yeah.
and then you find more tattoos in the game. So my guy in the game was blonde with a very like tame beard.
Mhm.
I made him jet black hair, super long with the sides shaved off, and I gave him like his eyes are
war
like
paint,
painted
yeah.
like on like tattooed though, like they tattooed his fucking eyes, and then his beard is just fucking braided and just down to his fucking chest. And because I bought the special edition, I got the Berserker pack,
Okay.
which comes with a whole set of armor, and it has like a huge. He has like a bear as a hood,
Okay.
and like a bear on his shoulders, and like he looks like a barbarian. It
Mhm.
looks awesome.
Which I
re-
respectively called the Midsommar outfit.
yeah, it's fucking sick. It's so cool, and like there's different like ways you can play it. I guess like it's really really cool. I'm into it. I'm not super far in, so I
I
can't
didn't
go
check
too
any
much. But
reviews or anything.
if you're into Assassin's Creed, you're gonna love it. Ever since Odyssey,
the
I'm
Egyptian
sorry,
one?
Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla,
Mhm.
you really don't need to jump back in to know what's going on. It would help,
You could just start riff.
but you can start fresh.
I
yeah.
didn't care for the Egyptian one.
I loved all of them. The Egyptian was fucking awesome.
Really.
The
I-
Greek one was
couldn't
awesome.
get it. I didn't
liked
play that one.
Odyssey.
Yeah, yeah, really cool stuff. Anything that you've been playing, or just pretty much still Fortnite?
watching.
Yeah, well, I watched Blood Vessel last night on Shudder.
I watched it. But I just forget what I watched.
You watched Bloodbusters?
No, I
Oh,
watched
I was like,
I watched the Social Dilemma documentary.
okay.
Real fast, just I won't go too much in it, but I feel like everyone should watch this movie. With this documentary. This documentary pretty much has had people who have left major social media corporations and said the reason we quit, we were getting them all the money in the world. We felt like what they were doing was unethical. When we started off, it was one thing, and then what we turned it into was something else. Pretty much, these major corporations hired people who knew how to get people like addicted and like psychological things, where like play into people's psyches and all that shit, and then created essentially, as a comic book nerd, a Jarvis. So what? And all of these social media platforms share the same Jarvis, right? So when you go on your phone, it's not a coincidence that the next video that you want to watch is geared to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a
That's
coincidence.
the algorithm.
Their whole strategy with Facebook, YouTube, everything is to find what you are into and keep you on their platform as long as possible, so then they can throw an ad at you and get paid for that ad.
When
And
I did advertising at the Republican Herald, when we have our digital stuff, that's exactly what we did.
So when
And
you
plus
were on,
the ads will be geared to you. If you're
Yep.
looking at cats, you might get ads for cat
or
food
your phone,
cat
if
toys.
what you Google, what
Yeah.
your phone microphone picks up, what you
Or if you allow it, or some will say
what you stay longer on for videos. So if you stay longer than expected on a video,
Mhm.
it'll like pretty much what they're doing is making a virtual voodoo doll of you, and they're studying you to, like, and knowing everything that you're into, what you like, what you dislike, what your things are, and hitting you all with that at the same time.
yeah. So it's more geared to stuff that you like.
Yes.
Because like, well,
To keep you there.
yeah.
Yes.
And then
Um,
you buy stuff that like, oh, you like,
And it's
this,
showing
so-
how detrimental and scary and bad this can be for children if not you. Like, social media can be a
It's
great
warfare
thing.
in a type.
Mhm.
Yeah, it could be a great thing.
especially
like,
if you're like a band. Yeah.
It has helped people get famous.
Mhm.
It has helped family members and long lost friends reunite.
Yeah, reconnect.
It
yeah.
has made amazing connections to people. It has done
a lot of people
it has
got
taken
married
down
from it.
yeah. It has taken down governments.
Mhm.
Egypt was taken over by Twitter.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, when they pretty much reestablished Egypt a couple of years ago, they used Twitter to do that.
I did not know.
Yeah, they
this.
overthrew their government in Egypt probably like maybe 6 years ago.
I'm assuming it was a bad government. I don't know.
Yes, and they did it through Twitter.
How?
You know what I mean?
How'd they do it through Twitter?
Just everyone meet here. What's what we're doing? Like, we're not going to handle it no more. And they reestablished, like, they overthrew Egypt.
How did the government not pick up on that?
They did. They just
What can you see? We're more powerful than the government.
if we
It's
so
not the other way around.
exactly.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
so what social media now is doing is saying, fuck, we need to keep people who are left and people who are right
Keep 'em
and
divided.
keep them divided and fighting each other, because if they get to the point where they realize they're being fucked by us, they can do the same thing we did in Egypt.
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's why like social media is designed to keep you angry. So if you are leaning one way, they'll show you things that are geared to make you angry
Well,
for
not
the
just
other
that,
side as well.
Not just that,
That's
if
disgusting.
it also will look in your thing because some people enjoy being angry.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Some
they
people
do.
enjoy looking at the things they don't look at. So
Mhm.
once again, if that's what you're leaning towards, and it sees that you comment or you stay longer on that post, or you even if you type and then delete it, all
Mhm.
that gets
That's
registered.
activity. Yep.
All of that gets
It's all
registered.
ones and
So they're
zeros.
thinking, even though you're not into this and we know this makes you angry, we're going to keep hitting your timeline with it because it makes you interested
Yeah.
and we want you to stay there.
That's horrible.
Yeah. And they're saying how this is very detrimental and it can be bad for kids and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course.
So once again, obviously our podcast is on social media, but what I want to really stress to you guys is it is a very powerful tool if used the proper way.
Mhm.
That's why when you see our groups and our community pages, we're going to keep politics out unless the politics affect what's going on in the pop culture. We're not going to allow people to come in here and hate on people's views or points. And if it is something that is there, please flag it, and we will go in as monitors and take care of it.
Mhm.
We will send the person the message like, hey, this is not what we're about here. This is your warning. Like, we're not at the point where, a normal page would be comfortable deleting people or booting them, because we only have like 200 members.
The band hammer.
But
that's-
on the same
I love
token,
the
we want our
banhammer.
community to not be the negativity that is
Yeah,
social
just
media.
Don't be
Mhm.
assholes.
So I mean, I would watch it just to kind of get an idea of what's going on and what you're getting into when you do social media, and maybe teach yourself to limit from it. Obviously, like we use our phones a little bit for like the show prep and stuff like that, but like, you don't need to be on all the time.
No.
Take some breaks. when
Go
you
outside.
when you
Yeah.
go
I
out
was
with
gonna say, the
when-
sun is lovely.
so like here's the thing when we go to Gettysburg and stuff or like Jim Thorpe, people are like, oh, you didn't get photos. I was like, because when I'm at those places, my phone stays in
We're
my pocket
engaged,
and I
yeah.
enjoy the day I'm there.
You don't
Mhm.
you don't have to use
That was all a
Facebook
Jim
like a
Thorpe.
diary.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um,
It doesn't happen though if it's not on Facebook.
yeah.
Just putting
Yeah,
that out there.
right.
Just be very careful that even if you're not subconsciously even aware of it, you can be addicted to this, and it's something you need to have mental control. A lot of what addiction and depression and mental stigma comes down to, your first step is awareness of it, of having it, and not only just having the awareness of it is also just because a lot of people also make excuses and excuses like, well, I can't do it, I can't because it's already got a hold of me.
Yeah.
You've already lost. You have
Okay,
to have that.
bye.
Yeah, you have to have that positive mindset. You have to say like, "Oh, this has me. Fuck that. I'm stronger than this. I need to fucking figure
Mhm.
something out." You need, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, there is things where you can do medication, and I'm sure you have a profession in this. Medication can help and do all that stuff, but a lot of it does come down to self-aware and just
Mhm.
fucking putting the work in.
And just how you think about things and how you perceive
Yeah.
things.
You
that's
can't
what it
help
is.
someone that don't want to be helped.
Yeah, it's a great
Exactly.
documentary. Definitely check it out. That's all I got.
Mhm.
So
Anything?
Blood Vessel.
What is
I'm
Blood Vessel?
done.
So it's a movie on Shudder. I believe it came out this year, if not in 2019. The concept is, so when the movie starts, I'm gonna try not to spoil anything in doing this.
Fuck it.
Is there's a lifeboat, and they're out in the middle of the ocean, and it's this collective random group, and you find out throughout the movie that their ship was shot by a torpedo. It was like a hospital boat. And this is all takes place, by the way, in like the 1940s. And they are out there in the ocean, and they ran out of food, and they're pretty much thinking they're screwed. But a little bit in the distance, they start to see this big ship coming, and they try to like flag it down and stuff, and they're like, well, then they see the flag, and they see it's a Nazi flag,
Uh-oh.
and they're like, that's not good for us because if we get on that boat, we're probably going to get shot immediately.
Yeah.
But they're like, what's the alternative? We starve to death on this boat,
Yeah.
or we go up and get shot. But they find a way up onto the boat, and they start arguing about different things. And the one guy they don't really say where he's from, but I believe it's Russia. He makes a comment about like how loud they're being and how no one is coming to find out like what is happening. And they go search the boat and all this kind of stuff, and they find out everyone is dead. And they find this like book that is like a skull on it, and it has like Medusa hair.
Oh.
And they find like a Nazi propaganda video where basically what it is they've brought these vampires on board this ship, and it's a family of them. One got out, killed the crew, and now they are on this boat
Yeah.
fighting off this vampire
Get
group.
it?
Oh,
Blood
shit.
Vessel.
Yeah.
Get it?
So-
very
Dude, Shudder is a beast. If you're a horror movie fan, get
I
it.
need to get
And it's like-
That's a good idea.
It's like
Yeah.
$6.99 too. It's
I
not
need to get
expensive.
What
Shudder.
if you play? It's a video game as one of these people from the boat, and then it's a survival horror game. You got
Yeah.
vampires on the
That's
boat.
so
Mhm.
fun.
What's really cool about it too is like, you know how in like most movies everyone speaks English?
Yeah.
In this
Mhm.
one they don't.
Oh.
So like the German guy who locks himself in, who's actually alive, he speaks only German.
Hmm.
So they like do this. The Australian guy knows some German, so he like translates to them. There's people who speak Romanian.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
stuff. So there's that disconnect of, but yet realism of
Yeah.
You know, it'd be
no one
terrifying
speaks
if
English
he could tell
necessarily.
them the
Wow.
fucking entire thing that's going on, but they can't understand him. So
Well,
the subtitles are telling
See-
the audience what's going on, but the
Yes.
people in the movie are like, "What the fuck, bro?" And he's like, "I fucking
Yeah.
told you in German."
Without spoiling it, they open up the door because he's like, oh no, we're not gonna like hurt you or anything, because he's obviously freaked out because he locked himself in this
Yeah.
cabinet type thing. And when he opens up the door, like his gun's up, ready to shoot, kind of thing, and their guns are up because they like loot their armory. And they calm everybody down. They put the guns down, and then he sees something behind them, which I won't tell you what. And he starts freaking out, and he raises the gun, and all hell breaks loose.
No.
So they kill the guy, so they have no idea that there's vampires loose
Yeah.
on there.
How do the
Oh,
vampires
shit.
look?
So they're all makeup, which I'm totally cool with, but I feel like they latched a little too hard onto bats.
Okay.
Oh god.
Like the
okay.
male vampire is just like a big bat head,
That's
which I
not-
mean
yeah,
is
yeah.
it's a
So weird.
stylized thing, but they're also shapeshifters, so that might not necessarily be
Okay.
like their
Mm.
Yeah.
whatever. But I honestly wanted more. I wanted to know why the Nazis had these vampires on this boat.
Yeah, that's my
And,
first
like,
question.
I mean, it
Take out
kind
the
of
U.S.
it kind of lets you
other
believe.
than just the historical accuracy of
Yeah.
like Hitler using the occult practices back in the day.
Yes.
Well, they kind of make you believe through like different things that you see that he wants to turn the Nazi people on the boat into vampires.
Okay, so
And
they
I
have
guess the
super
captain
soldier.
figured it out and is now like killing crew members and stuff and like destroying the boats so they can't get off. It stays with them.
Shit.
So I mean,
Nazi vampire. That's terrifying.
I would have
Mhm.
rathered it been a TV show
Mhm.
because I feel like in an hour and a half,
You
So
want
it could
more.
expand
Yeah.
more.
yeah, I want to learn more about this world. So that's the only thing I would
Yeah.
say is. But overall, I thought it was very well done. I loved the concept and I loved the fact that they put it in that time period instead of something today.
Yeah.
But it's a fun one.
Nice. I
A-
need that
anything,
shutter.
anything else?
Harry Potter.
All right.
Harry
Harry
Potter.
Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. Time marked 1 hour 51 minutes. If you're
Whoa.
interested.
Holy
Um,
shit.
An ancient prophecy seems to be coming true when a mysterious presence begins stalking the corridors of the School of Magic and leaving its victims paralyzed. This got a 7.4 out of 10 on IMDb.
That's pretty good.
Metascore 63. Obviously, I'm not going to go through the full cast because if you don't know anything about Harry Potter at that point, you're fucking a lost cause.
Elijah Wood is Harry Potter.
Yeah. Sex and nudity, none. Violence and gore, mild. Profanity, mild. Drugs, alcohol,
Many.
smoking, none. Frightening, intense scenes, moderate. What else
And
we
what
got?
was it rated? PG?
It was a
PG-13?
13, yeah.
Yeah, PG-13. All right. Well, if you want, I have to step away for a second. If you would like
I have
to
use the
kind of,
bathroom as well.
we're not going to go scene by scene by scene, but if you guys want to start the topic of the movie and watching it, I guess when it first came out and what you thought
Sure.
of it, that'd be great.
Did you see it in the theater? Yes or no?
So,
I don't remember.
I don't think I did.
when did you guys all first start watching this?
I mean, but a VHS?
Yeah.
So you've seen it
Oh.
relatively when it like it was
Yeah,
I saw
fresh.
the, I
just
saw
not
the
a
first
theater.
one in theaters. I saw the first one from like last time.
So I watched this an hour before the show started. Yeah, so just kind of where I stand with this, yeah. And I've somehow stayed away from all spoilers, so I didn't know anything going in.
Good.
Yeah.
This was my second time seeing this movie, but the first time I saw it was probably, I want to say 2013, so I didn't remember a whole lot about
Okay.
it, but I liked it a lot. I
Did,
liked-
Mhm.
did
I
anybody
love
read the
them.
book before they see it?
I did not.
I didn't read
No.
any.
I've
of the
never read
books.
any of
I've
them.
never
Okay.
read them either.
I started reading like the first book, and then I was like, I'm 12. I don't want to read right now.
This is hard.
I'll wait for the movie,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah, that was me just growing up. It was like, does that have a movie? I'll wait for
can't
that
read a
one.
book. I can't read a regular book. Comics I read all day, but regular book I'm just like, just so much words.
Yeah, it bothers
This
me.
one's personally one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like how it was all done, and like I always put these movies at such high standards because it's like special effects and
Mhm.
stuff. Kind of, in my opinion, dropped in a lot of areas in a lot of movies where these guys, do amazing.
Mhm.
Like I don't like. I'm gonna
It's like
jump
the
like.
basilisk.
Yeah, I was gonna say the
Yeah.
basilisk. Just the fact that it was there
Yeah.
blows me away. And I mean, I don't know. I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff at the
Mhm.
same time.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
So what's your favorite? Do you want to start taking us through it? Like-
Sure. So Harry's back at home.
It's a
and
direct sequel.
It is a direct
Mhm.
sequel. Yeah. It's the next year, and summer has happened. Nobody's writing him back, and he's really confused why. And his aunt and uncle have I guess his boss coming over for dinner. And he's
So funny.
basically told, you know what, you were lucky enough to get Dudley's spare bedroom, so you better stay upstairs and shut up.
Mhm.
Do not come downstairs. Don't ruin this night. However, there's other plans in store because when he goes up to his room, he meets Dobby the house elf.
Oh, I love
House
He's
elf.
so cute. He is
Um,
so sweet.
I love love Dobby.
He reminds me of a nice golem.
Yeah.
A nice golem.
A nice sweet golem.
A nice golem for the nice Frodo.
Oh, well,
Yes.
just wait for one of the last movies. You'll be very sad. But
Oh.
anyway.
Oh, I think I
It hurts
know.
my heart every time I think about it.
I think I know. Yeah, there's a few things I do know, even though I only saw the first 3 movies. Also in 2013, so I don't remember the third movie clearly either. But some spoilers I am aware of, and I think this is one of them, possibly.
Yeah. But anyway.
So Dobby has other plans for Harry.
Yes.
He does not want him to go to Hogwarts whatsoever because
Nope.
the world is plotting
Let's
against
not
him.
go to Hogwarts.
So he actually, for those of you who haven't seen the movie, go do that.
Spoiler
Don't-
for what, a 15-year-old movie at this
Yeah.
point.
Yes, very old.
He runs downstairs and he snaps his fingers. He was the original Snap. I don't know, but you'd probably
Yeah.
be better. But
Half
He
of the
makes a cake
universe
levitate.
population. Ooh.
Yes.
and it floats over the boss's wife, and he
Dun, dun,
drops it.
dun.
And Harry's
Right over
chasing
her.
it behind it, like, oh
Trying
god.
to stop.
Yeah, but he's too late, so he gets grounded, and they put bars on his window and all this kind of
Oh,
stuff.
it's
Ah,
sad.
that's
So
pretty
sad.
extreme.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the families, the aunt and uncle that he lives with
Yeah.
are pretty shitty.
Yeah.
They're abusive to Harry.
Definitely.
He did make it out of the basement for this movie, but
Yeah.
Now at this point,
Yeah.
he knows
He got the second bedroom.
Yep. some spells, right? Because he's not
Yeah.
a complete novice.
Yeah.
yes,
But he's
This is
not.
his
He's not a
second year.
wizard, right?
Now, here's my
he
question:
would be a sophomore, I guess.
How
Yeah.
much of is a school a 4-year school?
No.
No,
don't
it's
know
like
how
an
many
8-year
years.
school,
Something
right?
like that, yeah.
Well, I
'Cause
mean,
they-
7 movies.
So he's basically in like 7th grade, I would guess. So it would
Yeah.
start like middle school and high school.
So it's like, but yeah.
Oh, okay. I
Now,
apologize.
how much
Sounds
of
great.
what he did in the first movie is the school aware of?
What do you mean?
Like, how much of what he did in the first movie, like the teacher and Voldemort's head being attached
Yeah.
to him,
What about it?
how much of that does the school physically know of? Like
Oh,
his fellow
well, I
students.
I think all of it.
Dumbledore says it in the last scene. He's like, it was supposed to be kept a secret, but obviously the whole school knows.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
everyone knows.
Yeah,
Um,
Okay.
they find out everything.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Because that's going to be my question at the end of this movie: is how much the school knows does what
I-
Harry accomplished?
I think they know everything.
Mhm.
It's like one of those chatty. I don't know. I went to a
Chatty
small
Cathy.
school, and they always knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
My school's all up in
Like,
each
are they
other's
like,
business.
there was a giant fucking snake in
I
the
see-
basement?
I feel like they don't know that much.
Yeah.
I think they know that there was a monster, but not necessarily what.
and that Harry.
Because
saved it.
like the
Yeah.
fucking
Save them.
teachers all kind of know this is going down,
Yeah,
and
well,
they're
they've
kind of
known-
sending a fucking 8-year-old to go fix the problems.
Well,
He's like older than that.
We're like,
I think they know what Harry's capable of, and they allow him to like
I
explore
mean, it's a
it.
huge roll of dice.
It is, but I
Yeah.
think they believe
They're
in
like,
him.
I've been a wizard for 400 years.
He's like
I'm
Gandalf.
gonna send an 8-year-old because I can't figure this shit out.
Oh, man.
How many spells do
Only
you
you
know?
knew.
3?
Yeah, exactly.
Go solve this.
Nikolai and I are like, if only you knew.
so anyway, we are gonna skip ahead then because we're already
could
jumped
jump
into
around,
the chamber.
yeah.
So he finds Tom Riddle's diary, which you
Brother
don't find
of
out.
Matt Riddle.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm going to just use the term Horcrux now because that's what it is.
Mhm.
You're not going to find out what that's called until later, but
But if
um,
you destroy that, then the guy dies.
yes,
See, I know
How-
that
How did you know that?
because a Horcrux exists outside of Harry Potter.
I do
okay.
not know what a
Yes.
Horcrux is.
It
Can-
exists in D&D.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
Okay.
Oftentimes a lich will have a Horcrux and hides it, so that way you can't kill the lich.
oh, so can someone tell me what a Horcrux is? Because I don't know that.
So, basically, what a Horcrux is, which you'll find out in a later movie anyway. But if you kill someone in the Harry Potter universe, you're allowed to split your soul and attach it to something. And in doing that, if they were to kill your physical body, you're not dead because your part of your soul is trapped somewhere else.
Oh,
It
So-
could
okay.
be
so Tom-
like a
Tom-
gem. In a
Riddle-
box.
Riddle is
It could be
stuck.
like anything.
He has a physical presence, but he is attached to the book.
Yes,
So,
I know that.
my
but I didn't-
thought is, since Moaning Myrtle died, is that who created the Horcrux of the book?
That's what I've thought before.
Okay. That's always been my thought too,
Mhm.
but I'm not entirely sure because I didn't read the book. and I'm
But then
sure
Because then it
Somehow-
also might like explain why she's like still
right,
there.
right, because she sees it in the reflection or whatever. She sees the eyes
The
when she opens up the door.
Yeah.
The snake, 'cause she sees
yeah.
the snake eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's why he is 16, Tom Riddle at that point,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
that's why he's trapped at that age.
And then they make the movie feel like the big dude did everything.
Hagrid.
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 yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because he supposedly opened it. 40 years ago?
Something like that.
Yes.
Yeah,
50
he
years
opened
ago,
it
40
and the
years ago.
monster was a spider.
Yeah.
Yes, his
Good
pet
old
spider.
Aragog.
I love Aragog.
I don't.
I mean-
Shady. Shady
Oh,
Aragog.
it was so.
trying to eat Harry and Ron when they're standing up for Hagrid.
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Trying to
was
think
not a
of
fan.
anything else
Not
that
a
was
fan.
really.
Aragog's just doing what Aragogs do, you know what
Well,
I'm saying?
we do
I mean, he's got a
learn-
lot of children.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it's
This was the
tough.
debut of the
Spoilers.
term. Was
Mudblood.
Mudblood.
Yep.
and
Dobby.
yep.
We
and
did slightly talk about that.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
thought this was important. We learn Harry's one big important skill.
Oh yeah, he knows parcel tongue. Well, I mean,
Parcel
we
tongue.
we
Oh
kind
my.
of know that the first movie because he can
'Cause he
talk
does
to
talk
the
to
snake,
snakes.
but
Mhm.
this time the school knows
Yeah.
because they're in the middle of the battle and
But
Malfoy.
he kind of knows it, but he doesn't realize he knows it. It just
Yeah.
kind of comes natural.
He
He
starts
thinks-
speaking it, and then
Yeah.
Snape's like,
he thinks it's English,
"Duh."
but
it's
everyone
not.
else is like, you're speaking a whole other language.
Which is a huge reason why the hat said Slytherin would be a good
Right.
fit for you.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And Slytherin
Because Salazar Slytherin could speak parcel tongue.
Yeah.
and
Yes.
fucking Slytherin just seems like a real fucking scumbag part to be a part of.
Listen,
Yes.
Like they try to take
Oh,
down the
that's
whole
right.
school.
'cause they're in
Listen.
Slytherin. Oh, poor
They try to take
boy.
the whole school down.
you better believe it.
Fucking
You
dirt.
don't want to take the school down.
You're racist.
You don't want to take down the
You're
school.
Slytherin. You're racist. You don't like humans.
I'm
Are
okay
you-
with that.
Are you?
I don't
gay?
like humans.
I don't like humans.
Humans.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm cool
Yeah.
with that. I don't like humans.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
technically, they are prejudiced.
They're halves.
Yeah, they're prejudiced.
Just halves. Not all of them. You don't have to be a Lucius Malfoy.
The
Those
the,
Malfoys
okay,
are
the
nasty.
premise the
They're
premise
nasty.
of the Slytherin's branch was built on being prejudiced against humans
Sure,
and keeping the wizards
Well,
being the only
mudbloods.
yeah
not
well,
humans.
well yeah humans or anybody if you had to be full wizard to
Right.
ups-
Yep.
accept
You have to
the
be
It's
gift.
full-blood.
segregation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
But that doesn't mean like if I was in Slytherin right now, how many hundreds of years after Salazar Slytherin that I have to believe the same thing.
Yeah.
But there are people like the Malfoys.
you're in the woke generation now.
No, I don't want that either.
I feel that.
I think a lot of, for the most part, the Slytherin brand isn't about that, except for the little shithead, because he's kind
Malfoy.
of being taught by his dad that that's the original roots of
Mhm.
Slytherin.
Yeah.
To my father, he is
It's-
a this.
It's definitely
shut
put
the fuck up.
down the
And
line.
he reminds me of the
I'm a
fucking
witness.
the bad guy.
Joffrey.
Hitting it.
The bad guy from what movie was it? Where he had the big blonde? Was it fucking Ghostbusters or something?
Vigo?
Yeah, where
Got
he's like a,
Carpathian?
yeah, where he's like a fucking dickhead. You're like, I want to punch that dude in the face.
I will say,
Oh, you didn't meet Joffrey yet.
Lucius has the coolest wand.
Yeah.
That is the wand I
true.
want the
So
most.
it's
Is that the one with the
beautiful.
stag? Who
No,
has?
No,
oh.
so Lucius has a walking stick, and it has a snake on the top with
Mhm.
these green emeralds for the
Oh,
eyes,
I did
and he
see
pulls
that
it
one.
apart, and there's his wand.
So instead
Yeah,
of it being
it's
like a knife,
dope.
a
It's
hidden
a
knife,
wand.
it's
Yeah,
a wand. Yeah.
It's a wand,
It's
and
That's
it's
cool
so
idea.
cool.
Yeah. I think you'd be
This
into
wand right
the.
here is my
Lucius is
favorite.
that old money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
This
this
one's
is-
my favorite.
This is her Hermione wand,
Yes.
and it's like a legit. Where'd you get that?
It does
Oh.
feel, it's solid.
Is that from Universal?
It is from Universal. I'm trying to show.
Yeah.
So this is Hermione's wand. I looked at a whole bunch of wands in Universal, and this one was my favorite. This is before I saw any of the Harry Potters. I'm like, I'm just gonna go check out.
It's a
Harry
really
Potter.
thick resin plastic.
They're
Yeah,
they're
it's
all
nice.
really well built. If you're gonna look for a Harry Potter wand, I highly recommend the Universal stuff because like the Warner Brother.
How much does a Harry
collectible
go
one-
for?
Okay, so
I don't remember.
I'm gonna skip that altogether because it goes. It doesn't matter who you get. It's like $50. Or
Yeah, they're all
something
the
for
same.
The wand.
They were
Hold
all the
on.
same price.
Hold
I
on a minute.
remember.
If you go on Mercari, which is what I do, you get crazy deals because people are like, oh, "I bought this wand in the park." I don't. Why did I buy this wand in the park?
So that wand will work in the park.
No, this is not the interactive, right? 'Cause it doesn't have the tip.
No,
Yeah.
no, this is the normal one. I
Right.
didn't know there was an interactive
Yeah,
one.
so-
yeah, my friend got an interactive one when she went last time.
They're
Oh.
basically the
I was
same, but the
missing out.
tip has a little like see-through ball on it.
Oh.
So there's different things in the park.
That you can cast spells.
Yeah, and like if you flick your wrist, it'll make like the books in the shop like levitate or something.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have done that. Well,
Um,
maybe next time.
It is very nice though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're very well built.
I like this one because it has a very like nature oriented look.
Yeah, it looks like vines and stuff.
Yeah, that's why I picked it. And then I'm like, oh, whose wand is this? And like, oh, Hermione's. So I did do some research. Then I'm like, oh, I think I'd like her, and I do. She's fun.
Yeah, but that kid, like, literally, they said, "Well, what if fucking Hermione dies?" And he was like, "Fuck her." Like, he was
Yeah.
like, he didn't give a shit.
Nope.
Yeah, he's a
he was born into bigotry.
yeah.
Yeah.
Racism,
Yeah.
racism and prejudice is taught full blown right there.
I will
Mhm.
say, without spoiling too much, he learns a lot
He turns around.
Oh.
in his.
I mean,
I'm not gonna say he turns around, but he grows up,
Is
Yeah.
this Malfoy?
and like he's
Yeah.
not as reliant of this is what my parents think.
Yeah.
That's good.
It was like how they it just like they said like Harry Potter was the boy who lived. It was like Malfoy is the boy that had no choice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
He's-
sad.
So I watching
My
the movie, I
heart.
thought for sure that the one professor was just full of shit the entire time.
he was.
Which one?
The
Oh, wow. I always forget
The
his
act-
name, and
I
I
call
see
him-
his face.
Yes, I call him
Now,
like the actor one.
is
I didn't
he-
say he's like
yeah.
Yeah.
I
the
kind of
actor
thought they were
one.
going to build the Fantastic Beast thing off him because he's all about the Beast and that lore.
Yeah.
But then he just pretty much he's not a bad guy. He's just full of shit. He's
Yeah.
just trying to sell books.
He's a
Yeah.
celebrity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like the ghost hunters of Harry Potter.
He's a
world.
Yes.
But
He's a
he's
huckster.
worse because all those things that he says he did, someone did, but he
Mhm.
erases their memory
and takes credit
and
for
then
takes
takes
it.
credit
them.
for all that.
Yeah.
Sickening.
He's a
Yeah.
shyster.
So he is a shitty cat. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he
Um,
loses his own memory. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
I
So
loved it.
I thought
That's
that's
so
the
good.
swerve they were going to go for, and I'm kind of glad they didn't because I thought it would have been like super too predictable. I will say so far out of watching the two movies, I think the first one's better.
What?
Oh, I kind of like this one better.
Wow.
I like the first one better. The snake did look cool though. The
I-
snake looked cool.
I love the
That
basilisk.
basilisk
the
is so
the
good.
phoenix looked cool.
Did the
I love
basilisk
I love
have?
the
So
phoenix.
cute. So adorbs.
Did the basilisk have 6 legs?
What?
No, it's a snake. Just a
Snake,
regular
just
snake.
Oh, it's a
gigantic
regular snake. It wasn't
Yeah.
like a, it wasn't like a
Big
lizard
ass
creature.
snake.
It
No,
looked, it
big
looked,
ass
it,
snake.
No,
it was
in-
a
in this
snake with
movie,
like a
it's-
dragon face.
Oh, okay.
It was like just a giant serpent.
okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And role playing.
I hated it.
Basilisk,
Yeah.
yeah, like a traditional
Yeah.
basilisk
Yeah.
has like lizard legs.
Yeah, they have 6
No,
legs.
this is
and
a
it's
giant
big-
snaky
It's like
snake.
a Komodo dragon type thing.
I'd
It kind of had a
rather
good
a
Komodo
lizard.
dragon. I would say its face and its head was more Komodo dragon than it was
Okay.
snake.
I'd
Mm.
rather a
Well,
lizard.
Part of why it had to be a snake is
Slytherin.
Because it's
Because
Slytherin.
Right.
it's
And they're
Slytherin.
half snake people, right?
Their
No.
moniker,
The
their
house
moniker and their house is snake.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're
So,
they're
the-
pure humans.
so
yeah, they're pure
They're
wizards.
wizards,
Oh.
yeah.
right.
We're
So
all
the
wizards.
reason it's a snake is because Salazar Slytherin, since he could speak parcel tongue, he wanted to only be the one to control, or someone of his line that could speak parcel tongue
Yeah.
could control the beast.
Oh,
And the main bad guy who tried to kill Harry, or who tried to kill Harry and killed Harry's parents, is from Slytherin.
the guy with the no nose.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
And you find out what his true name is,
Tom
other than
Riddle.
Voldemort, anyway. Yeah,
Because of a
Tom
little
Riddle.
anagram.
Yes.
A
Little
little
letters
prestidigitation.
Yeah. Trying to think of anything else in the movie that kind of caught my attention a lot. Hermione, not huge role in this movie as she was in the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, she was.
Petrified most
Kinda,
of it.
yeah.
She kind of
Mhm.
gets succumbed to the thing.
Poor Colin.
So come
The-
to the thing. I like that.
This movie
But she
kind
has
of
the key.
yeah.
Mhm.
She has the answers.
She was smart enough to give them the hint, even though she
Yeah.
was going to die.
Well, petrified.
Ronnie had a big
Ronnie?
role. Not
Ronnie from the Howard Stern show.
What's his name?
Ron?
Ron
Ron.
Weasley.
Ron Weasley. Ron
69.
Weasley, I think, was more this. I mean, obviously Harry's your superhero, right? But I think
Yeah.
Ron showed a lot of his loyalty in this movie,
Mm.
Yes.
and it also starts setting the seeds of he has a crush on Hermione.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh.
Hey now.
I never got that.
Yeah, those
until
seeds
later.
are starting it because at the very
Oh.
end, when he goes like he was happy that she's alive. Like you could tell he had more than just like
Mhm.
I'm happy you're
Puts
alive
his
as a
hand
friend
on her,
feeling.
like-
And he goes like he goes a hugger and he goes oh and he
Yeah,
goes
he
to
would
and he's
hug her.
shaking her
Yeah.
hand.
Oh, okay.
So like you could
It's like that
tell
little kid, like, oh, feelings.
I
Oh.
don't know what
Yeah.
to do.
and his
Sure,
family
he's
gets a
very
lot of
cute.
love in
Yeah.
this movie.
Yes,
Hey,
they
you
do.
get to
really
see his,
really get to
yeah.
see his
And
the poor of his
so
family and
before
Mhm.
you hopped back in with us, I didn't get to that part.
Yeah.
So Harry's barred up windows. He actually gets rescued by Ron and his brothers in a flying car,
Mhm.
and they rip the window out. And his uncle actually grabs Harry's leg as they try to fly away, and he
Mhm.
falls out the window
Yeah.
into the
It's
bushes
hilarious.
and
I
stuff.
love
It's a
it.
great
Good
scene.
for him.
And then they hit the
Good
Whomping
for
Willow.
him.
Yep.
The Whomping
his
Willow.
his sister has a big role in this because she's
Ginny,
the one
yeah.
who's
Ginny.
being manipulated,
Mm-hmm.
and you end up finding out by
Lucius.
Lucius. He puts the book in her thing, and the book then takes control of her and makes her do everything.
Mm-hmm.
But you also see that she has a huge crush on Harry as well.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, she has the crush on Harry.
Mm-hmm.
So
They're just so cute. They're babies in these ones. It's so interesting. I love just seeing like how they're like adults in like the final ones and just going back and just seeing babies.
the concerned face of him is just like the overall high of the movie is just like all the time. That's just like his face, like the fucking terrified face.
The howler.
The
Mhm.
game they played, was it
Quidditch, I know that.
Quidditch,
Quidditch
yeah.
looked a lot cooler in this movie.
Yeah, because
did.
Malfoy was on the team this year with Nimbus 2001.
Just they figured out the special effects a lot better with it.
Mm-hmm.
It looked cool.
I had such as a child, I had such a crush on the Quidditch coach. I just thought she was the cat's pajamas. I
Yeah.
loved her.
Dobby looked really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I honestly,
Dobby.
in the later movies, I don't think he looks as good.
Really?
No. Yeah.
They tried to do too much with him.
Just CG-ish.
Because
Yeah.
for a while there, like I just remember, I'm not a Harry Potter fan, and it took me a while to get into Lord of the Rings, but it was like Dobby
I
versus
love Lord of
Gollum.
the
Like,
Really?
That's
Wow.
what I
Gollum,
said.
That's what
yeah.
she said.
I
yeah.
said he's like a nice, cute golem.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like they were like the
Precious.
biggest CGI things at the time. Like people were like,
Love
"Are you
Lord of the
Gollum?
Rings.
Or are you Team Dobby?" Like, what was your?
Oh,
What was
Dobby
your-
all the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, he's way better than Gollum.
Schmeagol.
Who would pick Gollum?
I think if I had to watch an entire movie of a character, I'd watch Gollum all day long.
Yeah, but you
Would
don't know
you?
the things we know of Dobby.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, there is a whole movie, The Hobbit.
Yeah.
It's true.
So wait, is Dobby like bad then?
no, he
No.
just
No.
he
No,
just-
no,
he's
no.
It's
a
just
slave.
learn more.
he just has a beautiful story.
Yeah.
Oh,
A
I did hear that.
beautiful
Once
story.
he's free of Malfoy's.
Which he is now.
So now
Yeah.
is
He is
is
free.
he Harry's?
No. He's just
He's
free to
free.
do what he wants.
He's free.
Yeah, he's kind of like the genie at the end of Aladdin, where he's like, "No, you're good."
Does
Oh.
he come wearing a suit next movie now?
No. he actually surprisingly doesn't change his clothes.
So the whole
stays
the
like
He's a
whole
very
purpose-
humble creature.
Yeah.
What a
He
fucking
doesn't.
idiot.
He doesn't want
He's
much.
stupid, is what it is.
I
rags because I'm not allowed to have clothes. If I get real clothes, I get to be free. And he's like, "You're free. I'm gonna stick with this."
Yeah, but the
Aw.
way
I
he went
kinda
about
like
it
the
was
rags.
so cool.
It was really cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very self-deprecating. He beats
He's
himself.
like, "Oh, you forgot this book. Here, take this, Dobby." He's like, "Open it up." And he
Here's
opens it
a
up and
sock.
he's like,
I'm gonna-
"Master gave me a
I'm gonna
sock." It's like,
cry.
"What?" He was going. Oh, so by the way,
didn't
you don't
give
know
you
this spell
anything.
yet. I realized this the last time I watched this. Lucius was going to kill Harry
Mhm.
in that moment.
Yeah.
He started to say the death curse.
Mhm.
Really?
Yeah, and Dobby
Yeah,
stops him.
Yeah. Yeah, he almost says Avada Kedavra.
Oh, is that what that is? It did
Mhm.
look. It did
Yeah.
look pretty serious.
He was
but
gonna
I
kill a
didn't know
child
what it
right there and
Yes,
there.
he was
Yeah.
because he lost Dobby.
Oh, get over it! Really, you're
Dobby,
gonna
listen,
murder a
I
child?
would be upset if Dobby was gone.
That
I
kid's
mean,
a-
when
that
I'm
dude's a
Listen,
right
if
dude.
listen, if Lucius would literally take a tiny Ginny Weasley and just be like, "Yeah, there you go," like I wouldn't put it past him to kill
Oh,
Harry.
I know he's a piece
Yeah.
of piece of shit, but
He's-
I'm
is
just saying.
he could
Yeah.
be just as bad as the main villain, right?
I mean,
He
to
could-
me personally, I think he is the villain of this movie.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I
you
mean,
don't
like
really see
everyone's hyping up
Voldemort.
Voldemort, but I think this dude just as bad.
He is because he keeps Voldemort alive.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
guy-
figured he was in with Voldemort.
This guy's a fucking douchebag.
But that's what makes him great.
Oh, you like him?
I love the villain.
I mean, you need.
Well,
Yeah, I
you
think
need-
he's got a
you-
great
you
character.
Need, you need the
Yeah.
you need the bad guy to keep the movie going, obviously.
and then,
Now,
you
that's
love, and then you
true.
love seeing him
Honestly,
snivel at the end of
I
the
wish there was
series.
more of him
Yeah.
in these movies,
Mhm.
Yeah.
just because he is a cool
I hope
character.
Harry
I just want to
kills
see
him.
more of the whole Black family.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Mhm.
Yeah. Not many black people go to Hogwarts.
No, not them.
No.
I think the last name Black.
His
Yeah,
like,
Black.
like
No, I'm just saying black people in general.
Well,
don't.
I
They're
would-
Yeah,
there.
there's one.
They're extras.
There's
I was
one.
gonna
You
go
got
out
the
and say
token
there's-
one in the background.
There's
Yeah.
none in this movie.
Yeah. Sad.
Mhm.
Hogwarts is very, very. I guess.
Well, it's
prestigious
interesting
school.
because Hermione was actually supposed to be black, from
Yeah.
the movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, she was supposed to be black because then the whole idea of the mudblood also tied into the racial injustices
okay.
and stuff.
I
Yeah.
remember
Hmm.
we were talking about that before.
Oh
about
yeah,
that?
yeah. I just repeated myself. Yeah,
That's cool.
It's
No,
okay.
it's
Maybe
okay.
they didn't watch that episode.
maybe yeah,
Um,
true.
So I got here 25 facts about the Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Number
Facts
one, it is
1
the
through
sequel.
5. 14 Ford Anglers were destroyed to create the scene where Harry Potter and Ron crash into the Whomping Willow.
That's a lot of.
That's
a lot of
amazing.
destruction.
That's
Uh,
awesome.
although,
Wow.
based on the second shortest book, this is the longest of the films. Harry Potter and the
Really?
Order of the Phoenix 2007, which is based on the longest book, is the second.
How long is
shortest
this
film.
movie?
Two and a half?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was,
I
was
binge watched them, so I
two
don't
and a
know.
half.
It's hard
yeah.
to tell.
Close to 3.
The
I would
opal
say.
necklace, which plays an important role in Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince in 2009, can briefly be glimpsed inside a display case inside Borgin and Burke's shop in Nocturne Alley when Harry first
Cool.
enters.
Oh, I think I did see that.
Fort
Did he say diagonally.
Yeah.
The Ford Angela is actually the same color and model car that author J.K. Rowling and her best friend used from school, used to ride around when they were younger. She
Aw.
used the car for the
Hmm.
book and later in the movie out of her fond memories of driving in it.
That's
Aw.
cool.
Rupert Grint is a very real case of severe arachnophobia to such degree that he still has not watched the entire scene where Aragorn and the spiders appear in that scene, and the look on Ron's face and his uncomfortable squirming throughout is not from acting, but due to Rupert being legitimately terrified. And
Aw.
he just had a child.
Oh,
Oh.
did he?
Aw,
in real life.
congratulations, Rupert Grint.
Yep.
Like you're gonna watch this.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks for hanging in here, Rupert.
So, congrats. Thanks for
Facts-
watching.
Facts 6 through 10 on the Chamber of Secrets. The set of Dumbledore's office at the time of construction is the most expensive set built for the
So
film.
while we're talking about Dumbledore, this is the last one that we see him in
He's not
as
in-
this actor.
Yeah,
'cause he
because then
passed
he
away.
passes
Yeah,
away.
he passed away in
Oh.
real
Oh,
life.
so they recast him.
So they
Oh, boy.
recast him.
Okay.
However, in saying that, I feel like he was too frail to do some of the stuff that happens later on. I was like, I'm kind of
Which
glad
is-
it kind of happened.
I think from an acting standpoint, that makes sense. But I feel like more people are saying, like from the book standpoint, that the original Dumbledore was more accurate.
Sure.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I do
I mean,
think like with everything else, that like,
Personally, I
Mhm.
liked the original one better.
mhm,
But seeing how the movies have progressed and what they had to have him do,
yeah,
as much as I don't want to see someone die, I think they made the right casting
choice.
to move on.
Mhm.
Um,
That's like in the book where it's just like like Dumbledore
Did you put your
calm-
name in the goblet of fire?
Yeah.
calmly
Says
says,
calmly.
when Draco Malfoy says, "I didn't know you could read," to Harry, looking like the
So
Goyle
rude.
with the polyjuice potion.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
actually an improv scene because Tom Felton forgot his line.
"Oh yeah, I remember reading that one."
When Hagrid is escorting Harry out of the Nocturne Alley again, when the Lockhart turns to show his other profile to the photographer, hardcover editions of Harry Potter books can be seen on the shelves. It is Jason Isaac's idea to have Lucius Malfoy sporting a long blonde hair wig, as well as carrying a walking stick, inside of which would he conceal his wand. The books made no mention to either one of these things.
That's a shame.
Isaac
Yeah.
grew attached to the walking stick and at one point tried to walk off with it, although he was caught.
They should have
I
given
would've
that.
tried
Yeah.
Just
that.
give it to
He
him.
definitely-
Really?
Uh,
I mean,
Shirley-
you could buy a replica, which is on my next Harry Potter on my list. So
Really?
Ooh.
I'm down.
Shirley Henderson, who played Moni Merle, is the oldest actress, age
Yeah.
37, to portray a Hogwarts student.
Yeah, I
which
thought that
one?
was really interesting.
The girl
Moaning
played
Myrtle.
the ghost.
Oh, the ghost. Okay.
Mm.
And I said if we do a Harry Potter thing, like we're all of us things, I said Hottie has to be fucking
Moaning
fucking
Myrtle.
the crybaby. Yeah.
Aw.
No, Harry Radcliffe was initially only offered 125,000 approximately pounds, approximately US of 181,500 for this film. The actors union equally stepped in and negotiated new terms, which increased his salary roughly to $2 million, US $3 million.
I would have did it for 185 pounds or whatever it was.
125,000 pounds.
Yeah, I would've
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah, so what?
I mean,
14-year-old kid.
But then he ended up getting $3 million, so
Yeah.
his parents were really happy.
Yeah, but he
Uh,
also did 7 more or like
Yeah.
however many. So
Yeah, he's set for life. He could do the con route for the rest of his life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah, he'd have lines
During the
up.
production of the film, Emma Watson frequently brought her pet hamster Millie on set. Unfortunately, Millie passed away shortly after shooting began. The set department of the film then created a specialty-made hamster coffin, complete with velvet lining
Oh my
and
God.
named Millie engraved on the top. I don't think the hamster has ever had a better send-off, Watson.
I'm
mean,
gonna cry.
Nothing for nothing,
That's so
but
That's so
sad.
cute.
maybe the hamster would have lived if she didn't bring it on the set every day.
Yeah. A
Aw.
gag from the book is rendered incomprehensible in the film due to lack of information. While chatting with the gangers in the bookshop, Mr. Weasley says, "I understand that other Muggles are afraid of you. This is because they are dentists." I know what that means.
Oh,
No.
Is that
Speaking
Hermione's
of him,
parents?
yeah, the dentist. I love that when he meets Harry for the first time, they're like, "So, can you tell me the function of a rubber duck?" Like that's the first you meet this
Yes,
kid,
I
the
thought
boy
that
who
was
lived.
great.
Yeah,
You spend time with these Muggles. What's with this rubber duck? Like,
yeah. There's no purpose to that thing.
Yeah,
It just
like-
floats in your water. Yeah. Nurses were drafted into production when the outbreak of head lice occurred among
Oh.
the young cast.
Oh.
So this movie had head lice problem.
Mm.
Director Chris Columbus instructed the cinematographer Roger Pratt to being a darker look of the film, reflecting a darker tone of the story. Hence, the sets were lit with more subtle lighting, and the color palette was distraught a bit. These changes would then continue throughout the series, and each film getting darker and increasingly distraught.
And
So if you
actually,
actually see the beginning, the
yeah, the
Universal
logos, yeah.
the Universal thing gets
What?
darker and darker.
Warner Brothers.
Warner Brothers gets darker, darker, as it goes. And this is facts 16 through 20. The animatronic phoenix used to portray Pollux looked so lifelike, despite the fact that the phoenix are mythical creatures, that Richard Harris thought
took it
it was
home.
a real
Yeah.
living bird when he first saw it.
Oh.
On an episode of I Got News for You broadcaster on the film's release, a panelist discussed an article claiming that the Russian president Vladimir Putin was deeply disturbed and offended that Dolby, the house elf, seemed to have seemingly had been created in his image.
Oh my
Um,
god. What?
There's an undeniable resemblance either way.
Is there between this guy and Vladimir Putin?
I mean, if you want
Maybe.
to, if you
Yeah,
want
it's
to,
a stretch,
Vlad,
but-
go for it.
I don't know.
That elf looks like me. Kill it.
Yeah, the original, that's like Trump thing. Like,
No.
it looks like me. You're trying to make fun of me.
Trying to make fun of me.
Uh,
But I mean, it is the best one. I mean, if you were to
I mean,
use
if
one,
his character is the best.
I mean, he was probably the best wizard in the whole school.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, I mean,
The original script said that Hermione would hug Harry and Ronnie in the
Whoa.
final scene, as the 11-year-old Emma Watson was embarrassed about having to hug the boys in front of the entire cast. Chris Columbus allowed her to change the scene so that
Christopher
Hermione
Columbus.
just hugs Harry and then starts to hug Ron, and then got too embarrassed and resolved to a handshake. Watson also
Aw.
stated in the interview she kept letting Daniel Radcliffe go too quickly, so the film was frozen for a few seconds to make the hug like it lasted longer than it actually did. Her hesitation with Ron is also taken by fans as a precursor to the relationship that would develop between the two characters. Oh, I just spoiled something for myself.
Oh.
Yeah, foreign language translation. I mean, it's my fault. It's been so long. Translations had been changed. I'm trying to say Riddle is an anagram formed in Spanish to become Tom Servoil. Riddle that's
Tom
transforms
Servo?
into Soil Lord. Voldemort,
Tom
and French his
Servo.
name is.
some Mysteries
So pretty
Theater?
much each translation of his name in a book, it still comes out to somehow being Voldemort.
That's pretty cool.
That's weird though,
Yeah.
because aren't names the name no matter what language?
Depending, like,
Yeah.
and Anthony's, Antonio. Depending on what region you're from, your name can be changed a little bit.
Okay.
When Hagrid charges into Dumbledore's office to defend Harry, he's carrying a dead rooster in his hands. This references to a scene in the book, cut from the movie, where Hagrid finds all the roosters are dead, and the sound of a cock crow is fatal to basculins. All right, there's more here. I'm not gonna go through them all, but
That's cool.
yeah,
Those are interesting.
How do we kill that basilisk? Go get a chicken.
get the old cock crow out. The plant things were cool,
I know what you're talking about.
where they pulled the
I know
plants.
exactly
The
what
The
you're talking
mandrakes.
The
Yes,
little
the mandrakes.
Groots.
I love the
You
They
wear
were
your
pretty-
earmuffs.
Yeah,
Poor
And Neville
Neville.
passes out.
that would be a thing. If someone's holding one that's lady's head on it.
That's so cute.
Trying to think if there's any other weird things here. I'm just trying to look up.
We do see the Sword of Gryffindor for the first time in this movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
The
that
what?
was real cool.
The Sword
the
of
sword, the
Gryffindor.
one where he kills the
I really like that sword. It's pretty neat.
And I like how they take the basilisk tooth into the actual
Yes.
the book,
and,
then the ink squirts out.
It's awesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's so beautiful.
It was really neat. I thought that was really well
so
done.
well done. Yeah.
And I love just the Chamber of Secrets, like the way it was designed with all those faces and stuff, and how it opened up for the snake to come out.
Yeah.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
Like honestly, Universal. I hope you're listening to this. Make that part of Harry Potter. I want to
Yes.
walk through the Chamber of Secrets,
That would be great.
That's not a thing.
Very
No.
cool.
Wow.
Should be.
Not yet.
but it should.
How
Yeah.
is that not a thing?
And
I
then
don't
have
know.
a
Is it-
basilisk
No.
come out.
Yeah, I mean, that,
Or
they
no,
could do a
no
water
snakes.
show.
Or just like the robot of his head.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
yeah, we could do a snake head. That is fake.
have
That's
Tom Riddle
cool.
in there, like kind of
Project them onto.
Oh, what's
Yeah.
it called? Poseidon's Revenge or something.
Yeah.
That they have, where it's like a walkthrough show and you go to the different parts. They could totally do that with the Chamber of Secrets,
Yep.
where you
Yeah.
go through and Tom Riddle maybe even is your guide or something, and then he calls
Ooh,
the basilisk
spooky.
out, and Fox comes in, and you see like Harry on top of the head and stuff. Like they can make a whole
that
little
would be
show
so
out of it.
dope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or
Would
just
be.
like the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, just like the Chamber of Secrets ride.
yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool
That's
too.
that would be so cool. That would be so neat.
I'll tell you what. Second movie in, I am more into the lore of Harry Potter than I was after the first one. So it does build from the first to the second. I still
Mhm.
think I like the first one better. Second one was really good.
Mm.
Mhm.
But I'm definitely buying more into the thing. I am gonna watch part 3 before we even schedule it. That being said, does anyone have an idea or something they want to cover for our next episode? Anyone have any suggestions?
The Office.
The
Yes.
Office.
That means I'm gonna have to
Yes.
actually watch it.
I mean,
You never
you
watched
don't
The
have to.
Office?
You don't have to watch
Oh.
every season, obviously. From now
You
on.
watch
think-
this
I
all
think
10
you
seasons.
should, though. I think you should.
I mean, even if you don't, like, watch a couple episodes, see what you think. But like, maybe
seasons.
just hearing what we talk about The Office, that could be something we. But if we do The Office, going into that, like, warning now, like this episode now is 2.5 hours. It's going to be a longer episode. It's going to be long.
Well,
Like,
it's hard to sum up.
Doing
How
one.
many seasons was there?
Yeah, doing one
9.
show.
Okay, yeah.
Doing one or possibly 2 shows a month, we're gonna probably go longer with all the shows just because we don't have to.
Why don't we just pigeonhole, maybe just say season 1 or something?
Yeah.
Maybe that'd be a little bit easier than trying to cover
Well, yeah. I mean,
250 episodes. I mean, that's just like your favorite things from it.
yeah, we could like each pick.
No
yeah,
spoilers.
Oh,
Yeah,
we're
no
just-
spoilers.
it's getting spoiled.
It's all
Dwight-
on Netflix.
Dwight dies. No. That,
What?
That's
Ed
pretty-
Truck dies
No,
though.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's.
Yeah, the first
And-
episode.
Gets
Yeah.
decapitated.
Yeah.
And we have our guests too. Don't forget.
Yeah, we have.
Yes.
So yeah, I think next episode we may not have a topic. It'll be the guest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what
Who's
we'll
the
do.
guest?
Gotta
They
watch
left me out of the loop of
the-
everything.
Bree's old teacher.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah.
I
yes.
like it. Who's the guest?
Yeah.
And you go, you gotta watch it.
Gotta be there.
Yeah. So maybe in that episode, Bree's gonna. I did forget about that. Good call. You're gonna reach out to him and find out what's his favorite movie. Maybe we could watch that movie.
Yes.
And we're gonna shoot for that one, the next show, which will be
January.
No, Wow.
Depending on
You'll really like that one because it's about like he's comparing classic film and like modern film.
What are we talking
Yes,
about
I
now? I'm
think-
really
I
confused.
think Nicole and I will like that.
our next guest for our episode, which will be the first week of December.
Right, but what are
Um,
you talking about?
Films.
Yes.
The guy who's our guest has written a few books on like classic films.
Okay.
And he reached out to me to ask if he could be on our shows because he saw
Okay.
I was on a
Yeah.
podcast.
And
He's
she
like,
said
"I
you're
wanna
into
work with
film, so you might like watching a classic film. And
I mean, I like all films.
Yeah.
As long as there's no crappy CGI.
That's what I
that I can
meant.
rip apart.
Well,
Oh, I see.
I don't think. But
Well, Ben has some movies for you.
No thanks.
you can watch
I don't.
Turkish Batman or
Yeah.
Italian
Or
Batman.
Star Wars or Turkish Star
Listen,
Wars. Or,
If there's any tentacles
Star
on the
Wars
cover,
is
I'm
good.
going.
no,
No.
I wasn't going the porn route. I was going the really
Well,
bad.
I mean, it doesn't
Ital-
have to be.
Italian
It can
Batman's
be-
porn.
Oh yeah.
What? Oh,
Well, it's not a porn, but there's sex in it.
dear Lord.
It sounded awful.
Yeah, he's like,
Anyway.
oh, you're gonna watch it with me. I was like, probably not.
Never mind. I'm not even gonna ask.
Yeah, Bree, what do you got to plug?
Oh, so I have my fashion that
Whoa.
you mentioned last time. I'm like, I'll just bring it in.
So real quick, Love Your Melon actually liked our post,
Yeah.
which is
Love
super
Your
cool.
Melon.
Love Your Melon. Did I say like?
No,
No,
it's Love
no,
Your
no. I'm
Melon.
just
Love-
laughing because it's
He
a funny
likes the
name.
name.
I actually didn't really hold the last hat. I did get to touch this one a little bit and feel it around and stuff.
Yeah.
It's super thick. Like it feels like it's really warm.
it's thick, alright.
And the logo on it's fantastic. I usually don't like hats with the ball on it, but that's,
So, speaking of the ball, since you brought it up, I love the Mickey Mouse one.
The
I
two
hate the
balls.
balls as well, but they made Mickey
I love
ears
my
Yeah,
out of
it
a
was
min
cute.
hat. And
Oh,
I was
that's
like,
cool.
all right, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love my balls. I just don't want them on my head.
Whoa.
I mean, maybe.
I think I'm gonna get some of the Mickey ones
Thickness
next.
and
Yeah.
ball.
I want the Batman one really bad.
I do too.
Are
we allowed to
They
say
were-
that
they were out
now?
of Batman.
Yeah.
Yes,
Like
yes,
last
we,
time.
yes, we can because
okay.
I brought
Batman.
it. 'Cause, you know, yeah, because you kind of mentioned it last week. I'm like, I'll just bring it out. So this is the one that Tony accidentally said last week. Maybe you heard, maybe you didn't. So they also have a DC line, and you can get Batman, Flash, Wonder Woman.
Can I touch it?
I
Yes,
will
you
say I like the black Wonder Woman color, but I
Mhm.
still think the
Yeah.
maroon was
Yes, the maroon one is really, really nice too. So you can get them
It's
in a
really
couple different
squishy.
colors. I happen to already have a Love
Does
Your
anyone else
Melon
wanna touch
maroon,
it?
so I didn't want to
I'm
get a
okay.
second.
Feel
I'm
it.
trying to
Wanna
get
touch
like
it?
more
The-
colors.
Yeah.
These are very warm hats.
So these are
They're
the
really well made.
ones that
that's nice.
support pediatric cancer. Buy one, and then one goes to a child that is trying to recover from
So-
pediatric cancer.
Question about that. Let's say, because you bought the Wonder Woman hat, do
Yes.
they send a Wonder Woman hat because you bought Wonder Woman? Or is it kind of just
I
like,
wonder.
we're sending hats?
Yeah, or do you get to pick your hat?
Yeah.
You can't.
That's a good question.
No,
Yeah.
not you, but like
Oh, the
person
child.
that's getting it. Is it they get paired with the same hat that was bought? Or just like, here's a list of the hats. Which would you like?
Probably that.
Yeah. I think they probably do that. Let's see. What do they say?
It would be pretty cool if they sent you like the photo of the kid that you
Oh, I would
gave a
love
hat
that.
Yeah,
to.
that'd be cool.
I would buy 5 just for that.
So this is what the card says. We are excited to share our exclusive new DC X Love Your Melon Wonder Woman collection with you. Your purchase will help Love Your Melon support nonprofit organizations across the world who lead the fight against pediatric cancer for support for our superheroes. And then they have a quote. Because no matter how small an act of kindness or generosity or simple positivity you put out into the world, it will make a difference. Wonder Woman. So that's a quote from Wonder Woman,
Aw.
which is really nice. And it says, "Buy beanies, fight cancer." And that's their quote for the company.
She's such a fantastic character. That was a good
Mhm.
episode you did where you did like the history of Wonder
Yeah.
Woman.
She really is. She's a great
What if?
character. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know exactly what they do, but I'm sure we can find out on their mission
Yeah.
statement
What?
on the website.
Cool.
I believe they would say.
That honestly, I think that's what we should do for next topic. After the guest, we should focus on like a character and not so much a movie or a TV show.
Okay, Malfoy. Part 3, baby.
So we're not doing The Office now. I was really
We
excited about The
can,
Office.
but we can maybe prep it more, like watch season 1 or 2 or something, or
What if?
prep it a little better so it's not we show up and like, oh, I picked
What
up.
are you gonna say?
Oh, go ahead. You were held
He's
on to
over
this.
here. What if? What if?
What if Love Your Melon must love your melons?
For
And
breast
and
cancer.
every purchase goes to buying new boobs for people that need them.
Oh.
Yeah, after they get
Yeah.
if they got surgery to
Yeah.
get their breasts removed.
Love your melons.
I'd-
I'm gonna start this.
It's a
a
good
play on
cause. Let's
words, I
start
like
this.
it.
I think
Or
that's-
or maybe if you're a woman who's not well endowed, you can go and fill out paperwork and
oh, okay.
you know,
So just
hey, we'll help everybody out.
yeah, anyone who wants boobs, we're just gonna
Yeah.
Anyone. Forget the
Anyone.
cancer
You want a
stuff.
pair of boobs to
Interesting.
hang on your wall? There's a Benny Hill episode like that. He walks in and he takes his hat off and hangs it on a tit and it's real. It's just in the wall. I'm like, that's awesome because it's so ridiculous.
Can't you just put the pillow on the wall?
I
Well,
think
you could, but
I mean, I don't think they help people that are not affected by cancer, but I think the company Love Your Boobies.
love your boobies. Oh,
Yeah.
am I stealing their idea?
Yeah.
That's my idea now.
They have a shirt that says
My
love,
idea now,
love
Amy.
Your Boobies. Yeah.
Yes,
No.
there is a company that takes care of
Tits
that.
for
I don't
everyone.
think they pay for tits though.
Well, we
No.
are.
I do know of
Donald
the-
Trump just donated, so
Yeah.
he's into
I
it.
do know there is it is very interesting. It's not trying to be perverted or anything, but like when a woman goes through that, obviously I believe they lose their nipple as well.
Mhm,
So
they do.
Yeah.
so then they can get a breast implant, which is going to give them a breast, but they're not going to have a nipple.
Yeah.
Right.
But there are certain tattoo artists
Yeah, I was just
who
gonna
will
say that. Yeah.
tattoo
Yeah,
nipples
and
on,
they'll look pretty
Yep,
good.
they
Yeah.
will. Mhm.
and they look fantastic.
Mhm.
Like they're shaded to look real.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So,
That's incredible.
you have anything the photos too? Just send them to me and we'll put them in the chat.
Yep.
Anything else you want to plug,
Oh no, that's what I brought for today.
Nikolai?
I mean, I don't really ever have anything to plug, but Fright Rags released Krampus merchandise. So that came in
Ooh,
today.
Wow.
They reprinted their spoof logo of Starbucks, and it's Krampus.
Oh, that's cool.
And then they had, at least that was like the new thing this year, even though it's a reprint. And I also got 2 activity books for Krampus as well.
And Jim
Okay.
Thorpe does have that Krampus Day.
Oh,
That's
They do.
awesome.
Yes, they do.
December 5th,
Oh.
Interesting. What day is that? Like
Sunday.
weekend?
Saturday,
Okay.
Oh, we're actually gonna be. I think we're going that day.
because the show will be the 4th, and then Saturday will be the 5th, and then Bing and Briz will be Sunday the 6th.
Oh, well, I'm gonna Krampus it up then.
Hell yeah.
I'll go.
I'm
Probably
ready.
pretty cool, yeah.
That may.
I'm ready.
I'm not saying nothing. Never mind.
Krampus.
Nothing. I'm not
What
saying.
are you gonna
nothing.
say, Tony?
Say it
Nope,
off
Not
camera.
saying nothing.
Krampus.
No, I'm not saying anything.
What are you gonna say, Tony?
Nothing.
Boobs, melons,
Sure, we'll go with that.
penises.
What do you got to plug, Andy?
Penises.
Oh boy,
Penises. Look at the penises.
just throwing,
Bill
throwing all
Cosby.
kinds of things out there. Wow.
I don't know.
Oh, God. Anyway, what do you got to plug, my man?
Pro
And
wrestling.
he's still thinking
Yeah.
boobs. He's like boobs.
Boobs. This boobs thing.
It's gonna catch on.
Yeah.
Right?
It is. It's gonna catch on like wildfire.
By the
When I'm
wall.
sitting on my boob throne, looking down on all the
Boy.
peasants,
And every one of the
big
planet,
titted women.
everyone on the planet
Woo.
has boobs.
Hey.
Men and women alike.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. I mean, equal opportunity for love your melons.
What the
whatever.
fuck do you have to plug?
I went-
Nothing.
went-
Love your melons has just started. You can donate at lovemymelons.com.
And you're gonna be sued because
Yeah.
you're stealing somebody's name. So maybe come
Well,
up
I
with.
added an S, so
Love-
therefore it is
and
different.
it's love my melon.
Yeah, that's
so
okay.
it's actually
All
we're
right.
just loving your
It's
melon.
love
Alright.
with 2 V's.
Okay.
So it looks like low.
LUV.
Low.
LUV.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
Good. Good.
So I was just on a episode of Battleground that's on Pro Wrestling Empire on YouTube, and you watched me
Ooh.
versus Andrew Palace. It was a good match. Brian watched it. He said it was very good. So
Awesome.
Good.
yeah, and it's on Pro Wrestling Empire. Subscribe on YouTube.
I think we'll be covering a little bit of that next week.
No,
Or-
cool. PWE Battleground. It's only like every episode's usually like one match and a little promo, so it's like 15 minutes.
Cool.
Very easy to digest.
Tori, what do you got?
Just my logos and my tarot reading and everything that else that I own.
Yeah, like I
normally
said,
do.
two new character logos. The Nikolai logo and the Brie logo has been created, and it's wait till you guys see it. They're super exciting. Then we have the show new logo with all of our heads, and then maybe there's 2 versions of that. So be excited for that. And then we have the Ouija one we talked about's coming, and then the other shows have some cool stuff coming. Like I said, eventually,
Hey.
no rush, but
I'm
it's a
getting
lot.
there.
It's a lot. There's like I said, there's zero rush. Take your time.
No rush, but if you could give my career.
No
If
rush,
you
but like,
if
could we
you can-
fucking
yeah.
have
Yeah.
it already?
I'm trying
So
to- I'm
we're
trying to-
retiring shirts when November 9th. So
Yeah.
by then,
Yeah.
Like-
So like I'm trying to end this show to get you home. Yeah. No. Yeah. So once again, if you want merch, go get your stuff now. It is all going away. To make room for the new stuff. When the new merch does come, it's going to be very, very limited. So the main thing that's going to be on the website will be the 4 heads, like the Mount Rushmore of monsters that you're going to see.
Mhm.
And it'll be a T-shirt, hoodie, and maybe a sticker. That'll be the
Okay,
only
that's
3
fine,
things
yeah.
on. And then every month we're going to add a new specialty item. So maybe one month will be the new Nikolai logo, and for a month you can get the Nikolai hoodie or T-shirt. Then the next one will be Brie or
no yoga pants for me.
if
Okay,
you want
yoga.
it, and then like
Oh, onesie?
we'll make
I
so
want
like,
yoga pants with Brie and Nikolai on my ass.
I think you should make that happen.
Yeah. And
That's hilarious.
we did just also
Oh,
get
God.
a new item, I believe. Jogging pants, joggers.
Okay.
So you can get joggers.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you can put it on the
There
butt
you
there,
go.
or like juicy across the
Yeah,
butt or
juicy.
something.
There you go.
Truth behind illusion on the butt, character on the crotch. Yeah.
Or
so,
on the melon
Just
for
a-
Andy's new
Yeah.
line.
yeah. And
It
we're
all
gonna,
ties in.
we are gonna mix up some different shirt ideas too. So maybe instead of like the full T-shirt with the logo on, maybe we'll do like a pocket, or it's like kind of on the chest, and the back will be like something on the back of the shirt. So we're gonna mix and match different shirt ideas. But like I said, when a new item comes to the merch store, it's only gonna be there for a month or a couple weeks, and then so when it gets promoted, it's not gonna be around super long. And
So
then
we're gonna do masks.
Yep.
Okay.
you-
As one of
Someone
the,
bought
I'm just
one.
mean I just mean in general because like you said about like just the what did you say the shirts
like a
stickers?
shirt sticker. I'll probably do a mask and a
Okay.
gator.
I was gonna say, are we gonna
Mhm.
stick to having a mask just because of the world we live in?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We'll do the mask. So like a
Plus,
shirt.
it's fun because I have my alien one, and it's fun. People are like, "Oh, I like it." I'm just like, "Thanks, it's me.
It's me.
That's me.
It's me as an alien."
Yeah, well, there'll be a handful of things on the page. We'll
Okay.
that'll be there for the main things. And then we'll just like I said, we'll do specialty things here and there. Yeah, so I'm really excited. And also, and we'll just put this in the plugs. I should have did this in the beginning. Yesterday, the 12th, was the debut of Interviews with Everyday People 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, with the
Awesome.
Facebook alert.
With me and Nikolai, and we interviewed Scotty McCoy, who did make the Sam Hain movie and
Okay.
a few books. But yeah, 2 years of interviews with everyday people. And then just to kind of give you a heads up,
As you drop your phone.
next Wednesday, the 18th, will be the debut 2 years ago of Tornado Tag Podcast.
Oh wow!
So exciting.
And then December 2nd is going to be the debut 2 years ago of Not Cool, or Things That Are Not Cool in High School.
So
which is-
we're gonna wear the shirts for the next show.
I did have you make the other ones with the border and stuff, like the Not Cool
no,
in
no,
High
no,
School
no,
with
no,
the
the
border.
originals.
I understand, but I don't have those logos.
But do you? No, 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 no.
Yeah.
I'm not saying for the people. I don't
Yeah.
care about the people. I'm saying us.
Yeah.
The
You
next
don't
show,
care
are
about
we
the
gonna wear?
people.
I don't have my shirt anymore.
What is wrong with you?
I gave it to Noah as a gift.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
At least.
But I'm saying is,
And in
if,
turn,
if,
he
if
gave
you want,
all the animals that
Yeah.
he took on his arm.
if you want to,
Except those unicorns.
yeah, if you want to do
I
what you
miss
do with the
those
other
unicorns.
logos, with the white logo and the brown logo, and just kind of put that trim around it.
Brown logo.
Not brown, but like whatever color you use the other for, like the white or
That-
off
our,
color.
our special Hershey's one.
Yeah.
I mean, I could do that if you want. We could
Yeah.
do Hershey's.
Just what you did with the last logo is if you do that with the Things Not Cool in High School, maybe we could do like a retro
Okay.
shirt,
Could do that
bring it back for a month.
for a day.
Yeah, for a day.
One
The
day.
Things That Not Cool in High School shirt.
Yeah.
It will be available for 24 hours. Get it out. Bye bye.
Yeah.
Get it while it's hot. Get it while it's hot.
Thank you guys so much for hanging out, commenting in the chat. Thank you guys. You guys are amazing. Not 100% sure when this show will be back, because with the new structure, we are going to shoot for December 4th.
It would be every 3 weeks, right? If we were going, right? Because we go wrestling,
Yeah.
supernatural,
Mhm.
this,
Yeah. So
right?
yeah.
Well, I mean, not in that order, but
Something.
So if we didn't start, if we would have started it last week, right, it would have been one show will get the double treatment. So one will be at the one show will get a second episode.
yeah, depending on some months, 2 shows will get 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Because some months have 5 weeks.
Yeah. So I think this month we would have done maybe 2 treatment losers, 2 not cool high schools, but we didn't obviously do that. So the next episode we will say will be the first week of December 4th. We will bring back Not Cool in High School, and we will be having our guest on and talking
Yeah.
classic
As long as
movies.
he can
and-
make it.
As long as he can make it,
Mhm.
and if that doesn't go through, then we will game plan and we will come up with something. Maybe pick a character
Like
or
for
a famous
instance,
person.
January, there's 5 Fridays.
There you go. So we'll have
yeah.
we'll have some cool stuff. But thank
So,
you guys. Oh,
Before we go, I was kidding before. I do care about you all. Thank you for watching.
No, he doesn't. You should hear what he says when we turn the mics
Yeah,
off.
he's
I
like,
say nothing.
he's like fucking sick of these motherfuckers. Yeah. See you guys
Send
next
me Harry
time.
Potter
Bye,
stuff.
everybody.
See ya.
Bye.
Here's some look alive. Remember, the top comment is the podcast community page. Make sure you go follow it. Invite some friends. Let's talk pop culture. Let's get nerdy. See you guys next time.